Hello and welcome along to DR Sports for the live watch-along of England versus Switzerland. My name's Nicky Hawkins. I'll be your host today. I've got two wonderful guests with me. The judges in the house, lead judges.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Come on, England, like, yeah?
Come on, England. And the beautiful, the eloquent, the talented Sophie Rose.
Oh, I never got that introduction,
thank
did
you,
I?
babe.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, I only tell the truth.
I've never been called eloquent before.
Typical
I love
West
that.
End, that is, isn't it? Typical
How
West
are you,
End.
Everyone. I'm all right, darling. Yeah, a bit of a stressful week, but we're getting there.
Of course, yeah.
And I'm actually quite excited to watch because we've got Conor Gallagher, who is obviously Palace, but he's Chelsea, and we've got Mason Mount in the starting lineup. So I'm really happy to see the boys.
Lots of interest from us. Not too many Arsenal players in the starting lineup.
Nah, they're all having a rest that they like. You know.
Oh, shut up, Lee.
What do you want about that? We've got Saka, who's
Because you're fighting on so many fronts, Lee.
Yeah, all right, like, you know, because.
Babe, if Harry Kane scores, are you celebrating?
Oh, I can't wait, like, you know, I mean, can't wait till Harry to bang in a couple of goals.
Are we still banging on about this, Lee? This has been going since the World Cup, mate.
Yeah,
we know he ain't going to celebrate. That's not Lee's style. And you stick to your word, don't you, babe?
Listen, at the moment, come on. Harry Kane's playing really well, by the way, for Tottenham. And, you know, that man there is the one thing that's stopping Arsenal from getting Champions League football this season. Like, you know, so let's all celebrate.
Not Man United?
Do you genuinely believe Spurs are going to get top four?
No,
Come on.
I don't. I think if they get it, it's because of him.
Yeah.
He is world class, though, Lee, isn't he?
No, without a doubt. That's why I don't like him.
I don't think they will.
Do you know what? If he went and signed for Man City or Man United, I would probably go like that. But,
I think, to be fair, the top four as it is probably going to stay as it is. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Unless you fuck it up.
And
they've got a history. You know.
No,
True.
You know,
but I think Chelsea have sealed third place, and I think Liverpool are between those two at the top, isn't it? But we're not going to catch.
West Ham out of it, Sophie, in your opinion?
Yeah. Do you know why I think West Ham are out of it though? I think they would have had a really good chance, but I think all this, and I'm not joking, I think all the Kurt Zouma stuff, I think it just brought like a negative energy around the club. When something like that happens, things just start to, drop down a little bit.
But it's funny you should say that, because since the Kurt Zouma, he's been playing out of his skin. He's been excellent.
Probably.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, because he didn't get dropped. He's probably thinking, yeah, great.
yeah. But is it a welcome distraction at this point of the season? I mean, we're at the the business end of it. Is international breaks
Nick,
a welcome distraction?
I get it that there's World Cup, qualifiers, and obviously Italy went out the other night. I get all that sort of stuff, but these friendlies,
it's pointless.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. I think, So listen, all it is a money earner for the FA and things like that. They get two, and they will fill out. Both games will be sellouts. It's a money-making thing, and no one wants their players playing. Like Harry Kane probably plays today, then he gets rested on Tuesday. So I think the Arsenal guys may come in on the Tuesday game because they don't play to the Monday. So I'm surprised that the Crystal Palace boys are playing today because they don't play to the Monday. So
I think it's just pretty pointless to me. Yeah, like say Mason or Saka or whoever picked up an injury during a friendly. What's the point?
Yeah,
you'd be
That's
like
completely fucked
furious,
it.
Wouldn't you? Like you've got the Europa League coming up. You don't want Declan Rice playing in these.
He's not playing today.
No, but you don't really want him playing Tuesday, do you?
No, I'd rather he didn't play. Look, I'm proud for my players to play for England. I'm of course England fan through and through. But at this stage of the season,
you don't want it.
Only the important players are going away to play internationals, and you really don't want him to get injured.
No, exactly, and that's why I get it with the European, like the qualifying ones. I thought Wales were brilliant the other night. Congratulations to them. North Macedonia, well done to them, absolute quality.
That was a surprise.
It was a surprise. So I get those games because there's something on them, but these friendlies is, and realistically with the nations thing now, there ain't really that many friendlies now, is there really? No. I think they're just, is the word unnecessary?
Yeah, I think the reason why they have these friendlies is because they give players a chance to have a look at, but they have them booked, don't they? Just in case they have to have the the qualifiers and the playoffs and everything else. So they have these venues booked. So they've got to use them. If they're already through to the World Cup, they've got to use the venue.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest though, I just think, like Lee said, at this point in the season, it's just a little bit of a ball ache. Like, I think if the Euros and the World Cup and everything were every year, that's a different story. You're going to need the friendlies for the fitness, for the team to play together and that. But for the sake of every 2 to 4 years, do we need a friendly when some of these players are probably in a title race or top 4? I don't know.
Well, I mean, we've got an influx of Crystal Palace players, quite a few players making their debut. Walker-Peters, Gallagher's, I think, making his first start. Gahey's making his debut. He's got to have a chance to have been ever looked at before, chucking him in with the Germanys, the Argentinas, the Italy's.
Yeah, I suppose so. But I don't. What have we really seen from friendlies over the years that they accomplish? Not a lot. I don't feel. I get a qualifier, and I think it's fine. For me, Conor Gallagher could easily go in and do a really good job straight away. I don't think he needs to be looked at. I mean, the only thing I would worry about in this game would be picking up injuries. So I hope he rotates. If it's just a friendly, I hope he rotates the team quite well.
Something with a friendly as well is that, say like, I don't know, you've got someone making their debut today, Walker-Peters making his debut today, it ain't going to be the back four that normally plays, you know what I mean? Like, so realistically, you know, are you going to gauge how good they are or not? Or not, do you know what I mean?
But it is the proudest moment of some of these players' life.
Yeah, I'm grateful.
As much as we're sitting here, you know, slating it, it is going to be something that's etched in the minds of these players, especially if they go on and have, you know, or don't have international careers. You know,
it's great. You know, it's a big. I think you've got to have a big up for Crystal Palace here. This because, you know, that not only, you know, good player, of course, Patrick Vieira, a good manager as well. But they was in disarray at the beginning of the season, like, you know, and they brought all these players in, young players, and they're making England debuts and things like that. I think they've got Mitchell on the bench today as well, like, you know. So they've got, you know, you have to give them a lot of credit for that, like, you know, and I hope they do really, really well. And I suppose that's what the friendlies are for, aren't they? To blood the youngsters, give them their opportunity. And I think at the beginning of the season, whatever, but you're coming into the business end of the season now, like where it matters. You know, for some teams it's Champions League, for some teams it's Europe, Europa League. Some teams it's the top 4. Yeah. You know, and dare I say it, something that I've not experienced for a few years. Someone trying to, you know, like the 2 teams going for the title. Now I'm pretty sure Jurgen Klopp and Pep have put in phone calls to Gareth and saying, like, you know, playing this game, playing that game, or whatever, like, you know.
Friendlies need to be done if you're going to do it January, not end of March, April. We've only got 2 months left, or less than 2 months left of the fucking Premier League season. Excuse me.
And also, these friendlies could have been played in the summer because we haven't got the World Cup in the summer. It's into November, innit, of next season. So really, they could have held these off and played them at the end once the season had been finished. Then you get a little bit more.
Yeah, if you want to see what they should do is really wait for the season to end, see who's performed the best, and then chuck them into the friendlies, and then continue at that, because it is every 2 years. That'll be. I
agree with you this season, especially after we're sort of catching up with COVID, you know, and all of that sort of stuff. Because you've got the World Cup now in the winter next year. Maybe these could have been moved to the summer, and this could have been left. But it is all because of money.
Money, 100%.
Of course it is. Yeah, you see this week. The Liverpool and Man City fans are arguing it out about getting the semi-final moved to Old Trafford because of the expenses and everything else. But at the end of the day, Wembley is a business. They want to make money. Yeah. Spent a lot of money on that stadium.
Why aren't the trains going that day? What is that about?
I've no idea.
I mean, they're not going today. It was absolute nightmare to get up here even. But do you know what I think?
They were doing works. They was all planned, weren't they, already? Because it's Easter weekend. People probably not going to be using the train.
I mean, all they've got to do really, because they're coming up from down, is all share cars down. Some of them, I'm sure some of them don't mind coming down the night before and having a bit of a piss up in London.
Of course, yeah.
It's not like we're sending them up to Hull, you know.
But they'll be whinging about the prices. I know.
Share a car, probably quite cheaper than a train. Trains are expensive.
Realistically, on a sensible note, they should have said, right, no, Old Trafford. Do you know what I mean? Like something like that. You know.
But they're not going to. Why would they do that though?
I'm going to say this now. I think the FA Cup semi-finals should never be played at Wembley.
No, of course not. No.
Ever.
You lose the magic of the final.
I think Wembley's for a final only.
Yeah, I do. I'm a big, you know, but that was how he was brought up back in the day. But, you know, I just think it's again, what is it? Money.
Money, yeah. We've got our first super chat. Rabadam says, ask Lee to show us his Harry Kane chest tattoo.
I've got it on my bum. There you go.
God.
Well, you can't show us that. We get a strike. We get a YouTube strike. Lee, we mentioned all of the Palace
You can talk about Aston Villa game if you want. Like,
no, we won't talk about that again. We've heard enough from you lot about Aston Villa. But you see all the Palace players making their debut today. Obviously, Patrick Vieira is doing a fantastic job over at Palace. I think he's doing a really good job. Is he someone that you'd like to see at Arsenal going forward?
Well,
in the future.
Do you know what? Listen, Mikel's doing a very, very good job at the moment, so you can't knock it. But I wouldn't have been against Patrick coming to Arsenal, and I think what he's done there is the thing is with Vieira is a little bit different to where Arteta is. Vieira's had the experience at other clubs, Nice. I think he was at New York, wasn't he, or something in America. So he's had that little bit of experience to get things wrong, and now he's got the job at Palace, and he's done a fantastic job. One thing that I'm always a little bit hesitant about is that he is one of my heroes, one of the legends of Arsenal Football Club. So if it was to come in at Arsenal and it didn't quite work, then I'd be a little bit. Remember like Glenn Hoddle went to Spurs and it didn't quite work. Lampard,
yeah, but you know
as
what?
well.
I think fans need to be a little bit more open-minded now and think about it more realistically. If a club legend comes to manage your team, you have to be prepared that it might not work out, and it means once he's been sacked. I was trying to think of the nice word for that. Let go. Then we can go back to loving him again. I don't think we need to carry that. I don't think it changes the perception of.
Is there a way back for Lampard though, sir? Like future? Say for instance he goes on, he makes a great success at Everton.
Listen, to be honest, if you want my opinion, I'm happy for any job he gets. I don't think Everton was the right job for him at the time. He's taken a team that were really, really struggling, still aren't really doing great. They're winning some games, but not all. For me, Lampard would do much better with a team like when he was at Derby, of taking an okay championship team and making them good, because he can mould them into the team that he sort of wants.
Yeah.
John Stones has had to pull out. Ben
White comes in for John Stones. John Stones is injured. Should we go for the lineup?
Yeah, it's changed.
Let's have a look.
Changed.
I don't mind watching Ben White run around the pitch.
Do you think he's a good central defender, or do you just think he's good looking, Soph?
I think he's good looking. No, he's not bad, obviously. How do you think he's done?
I think he's been fantastic.
You're the Arsenal fan.
I think he's just, as the season's gone on, he's got better and better. I'm a big fan.
Was he injured at the start of the season, or am I talking rubbish?
No, I just think it took him a little bit of time to settle in.
There was one that was injured when you signed for him. When you signed a defender at one point and he was injured at the start. Who was that? A couple of seasons ago.
Oh.
I can't think. I'll have to think.
Lauren.
We've had a couple like that.
Yeah.
We're just going to wait for the lineup because he's going to update the graphic in the thingy. But
can we talk about Mason Mount?
Yeah, of course we can. Mason Mount.
Yes. He is in the team.
Talk to us then. So.
You know what, babe? He really is like our rock at Chelsea, which is some people, they always like to say who's better, him or Foden, or who's better, him or Smith Rowe. I don't like comparisons. I think they're all great players. I think with Mason, he's just come in from a young age. Frank's thrown him in at the deep end, and thanks to the transfer ban, but it's also thanks to Frank Lampard. And he really is. Without him, we do struggle. And I think it's just, even if he doesn't have the best game himself, I think just as a team collectively we benefit from having him in the starting lineup. And that's and he scores goals. He's more or less, I feel like he's consistent. Maybe not at the start of the season he had the best start, but he's definitely going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if he's captain and he sort of ends up being a legend like John Terry, Frank Lampard.
Got some academy there, haven't you, Chelsea? You've got Gallagher, you've got Mount, you've got Brozier.
Got loads.
All out on loan, and players that have been through before as well.
I think they'll try hopefully this whole owner situation sorted out, and if so, I think Conor Gallagher would definitely come back to Chelsea, because I think him alongside Mace and everybody else, I think it would be insane. Do
you think they'll come back as well because of the sanction? No, obviously no purchasing players, no buying players, nothing like that.
I think it will halt things a little bit. Depends how quickly they sort it out. It's just a waiting game. Like, we've had over 20 bids, or 20 bids, something like that, for a club, and they valued it at like 2-point-something billion. So there's not a lot of clubs that actually get that many offers from everywhere around the world. We just hope that, like I said on this the Overlap Sky Sports show yesterday, that we just hope that, because we're never going to get a Roman Abramovich owner, somebody that pours money into the club and doesn't want to be repaid. That's never going to happen. He had passion for the club. He wanted the club to win. You just hope the next owner is going to treat it yeah, as a business, because they need to, they're not there to lose money, but also keep the fans happy. So you have like a happy medium. You know, you've got to spend money to win these games. If they're just going to buy it to keep us mid-table, fans aren't going to be happy with that.
I'm sure we're going to get into Chelsea a little bit later. We have got the starting lineup. Do you want to do the England starting lineup? So?
I'll do it, yes, because I can't pronounce any of the Switzerland names.
No, that's why I thought I'd give it to Lee.
So we've got Pickford in goal, Walker-Peters, Shaw. Actually, how do I say? Gay. White, Connor Cody, who I think is good looking. Conor Gallagher, who is a ledge. Henderson, Harry Kane as captain. What do you think about that, Lee?
Correct, great, lovely. Go on, Harry.
Then we've got Mount and Foden. And I can't see the actual, what's it called? Substitutes. Oh, we've got Maguire, Pope, Stones. Although Stones have just gone off injured, you said, in the starting lineup or something. Is that Winks?
It's Grealish.
You
Rice, Bellingham.
Christ, that is small.
Watkins, Sterling, Ward-Prowse, Foster, and Mitchell.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Winks. Did you just say Winks? It's Mings, isn't it?
Mings, sorry, I can't see from it. It looked like a W.
England ain't that desperate.
Winks, no. They're
Listen,
Winks.
I would pay good money to watch Winks run around. Yes, pains me to say. I think he's probably the best looking player in the Premier League.
What, Harry Winks?
Yeah,
really?
sadly.
Switzerland lineup, Lee?
Yeah, it looks very good, like, yeah.
Are you jealous there, Lee?
I can't see him from here. Like,
right,
you know what I mean? I know Shaqiri's playing and Xhaka's playing.
Right, Omlin, Rodriguez, Frey, Akanji, Widmer, Xhaka, Freuler, Vargas, Shaqiri, Stefan and Bolo, and on the bench, Balmos.
Can you read that?
Babu, Elvedi, Okafor, Zwea, So, Lotomba, Comer. I'm not even going to attempt that one. Zakiri, Kobil, and Ersha. That's all them household names that they've got on the bench there.
Gavranovic.
Okay,
well
thank you very
They've got
much.
some good players there then. Listen, Switzerland won their group, you know. They beat.
They're no mugs, mate.
They're no mugs. They actually got in front of Italy, didn't they? So,
What was that? Did I see some Italy press conference where he was going off on one? One of them was. Or no? You know when they didn't get through?
Who?
Italy.
I don't know.
Ooh.
I have to rewatch it again, but it was pretty.
I'm
funny.
sure they'll be going back to Italy with sort of like tomatoes being pasted at them and everything. They don't like their team not getting through to the World Cup. I can tell you that for nothing. We got a super chat from Am Niall. I've got to say, England are the favourites to win the World Cup. Finals in the Euros and semi in the World Cup most recent. 8% chance to win it if all players are fit. I've got to disagree with that. There's some good teams out there.
Still some
France.
good teams in there. France, Spain.
Yeah.
It's going to be really. I mean, I know France was sort of out of the Euros, but they have one of the strongest teams going.
Somebody told me the pronunciations of the Switzerland team was terrible, by the way.
Well.
Yeah.
I thought that as well.
You couldn't even read it.
Well, I just saying, I don't know what I can do. I thought you was piss poor there. That's all I'm saying. Like, you know?
Well, everyone else was busy. That's why they made me host it today. We've got loads of chats coming in. We'll go to them a little bit. World Cup next year. Let's talk about that a little bit because we are through to the World Cup. Hopefully, we'll have some. Hold on a minute. We've got a question for Lee. A good chance for Ben White to show what he's about in an England shirt, and now Stones is injured. Is it a good chance?
Listen, I'm pleased with Ben White. I'm a big fan of Ben White. Always have been. I think that, as I said, he's got better and better as the season's gone on, and I think that that's a good thing. You know where I think Ben White is in form, so then you're playing for England. Like it's these ones that are not in form. I don't think does it any good. Like you know, Harry Maguire isn't in form, so I think he's going to have it's tough, but like for someone that's in form, when you're in form, you know, this is where you can really make a good thing. And listen, things are going well.
There's big questions about his form at the beginning of the season as well.
Yeah,
the price you paid for him and how he started. It wasn't great, was it?
No. And the thing is there for Ben White, you know, when you're in form, now he's got an opportunity today. Hopefully, you know, he can take this, and who knows, maybe in the next game he plays again. Part of me is glad that he is, because I think that he deserves to come. You know, this is his. By the way, it's the first time he's been in the squad since he signed for Arsenal. You know, so from the Euros when he was in the squad, he's now he hasn't got a game. So I think that it's a massive opportunity for him, and I think he'll do well.
Let's talk about the England squad a little bit because it just seems we've got a production line of talent coming through.
Why is Tammy Abraham not playing, by the way?
I'm not sure.
Is she injured? Because he's literally
I don't think
he's
so.
literally tearing up the elite.
Yeah, I don't think he's injured. No, maybe he got asked not to be picked, or it's one of them ones. He's under Mourinho's management now, isn't he? So
maybe someone in the comments knows.
Yeah, maybe someone can. Yeah, so someone in the comments can tell me. But we seem to have a production line of just churning out talent left, right, and centre. I mean, I think players like Conor Gallagher are exciting. I think he's a great midfielder. You've obviously got Declan Rice, who's under 25. Ben White, under 25. You've got Harry Kane, who at the moment is at the peak. Is it the best chance? Yeah, there's Mason Mount, Phil Foden. There's lots and lots of players there. Experienced.
This will be the best chance.
Saka, of course. Smith
Rowe.
Rowe.
You mean of course? So you get him in there.
This will be the best chance to win it.
Do you think this is the best England team since we won the World Cup?
Yeah.
I think we've got some real talent. You know what I mean? It's trying to get them all in and all that. Grealish, for instance, is one of my sort of favourite England players, but ultimately he's not quite at it this season. But when you think about it, I think we've got one of the best forwards in world football. You need that. You need that at the end of the day. We've got some good young midfield players coming through. Conor Gallagher, by the way, has enhanced that in my opinion. Jude Bellingham as well.
Jude Bellingham, I forgot about him.
Who's the best forward you were talking about? Who's the best forward you were talking about?
The best forward, Sterling.
You little liar.
No, Harry Kane is one of the best, isn't he? In the number 9 role,
I think he goes beyond the 9 because the way he drops into. I'll tell you what, dropping into midfield and his passing ability is supreme. I see it first down last week. What he does there is absolutely world class. One of the best passers of the ball since I think Beckham. I think the way Fred sends balls through. He's
a quality player. So we've got that. We've got. When you think about it, you've got Sterling, you've got Grealish, you've got Saka, you've got Foden. Sancho don't even get in the squad at this moment in time, nor does Rashford. You know what I mean? We've got some right good attacking.
But I think
options.
one thing Gareth Southgate didn't do too well, and I think that probably may have cost us eventually, was I don't think he rotates it as well as he should. That's just my opinion, because I think you've got so many good players there that you don't have to stick with the same.
I think that's a good point, and also I think he's far too cautious with the players that he's got.
Very cautious. Waits late to make substitutions. I think if we've really got to go for it in the World Cup. If something's not working, change it straight away. We've got the players on the bench to do that.
He did get a lot of criticism during the World Cup for that, especially the Euros in the final. He did get a lot of criticism for not changing it quick enough, not being adventurous enough. Do you think with this crop of players and a different manager, we could dominate the world?
Listen, the way I look at it, like say for instance you've got a manager like Tuchel, if it ain't working at half time he'll switch it up. If it isn't working by 60 minutes he will switch it up. You cannot wait until the 75th, 80th minute to make to change the dynamic. You can make the odd change up front, but if we really need that one goal, you've got to make really, really quick decisions and bring on 2 players, change the entire game. It's not like we haven't got them on the bench.
Not reactive.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
What do you think, Lee?
Yeah,
a different manager?
Listen, I think that it's very hard to say have a different manager when he's just got us to a championship final, and we are competing at the very, very top. But I think with the players we've got and the talent we've got in the side, I do feel that maybe Gareth just holds us back a little bit. If we had someone that was a little bit more free-flowing, a little bit more adventurous, I think.
Okay, say we get to this World Cup final and we lose again. I mean, what's the difference really? You've still lost. You still haven't won.
Yeah, that's what because I think on the couple of occasions he's got in big games, he's actually been too cautious, hasn't he? Like the game against Italy, they were there for the taking. And
I think he made the wrong start. Someone in the comments have made a bit of a point here, and I still stand by this. Taking Declan Rice off in the final cost us in the end, because I think he was probably the fittest and the most dynamic in the midfield. One of the viewers have said, Sophie, that your legs are distracting the camera.
Sorry.
The viewers, sorry.
It was a bit sunny today, I got excited. My legs are distracting
Sophie's legs
the camera.
are distracting the viewers. And Tammy Abraham is pulled out.
Imagine if you're sitting here.
Injured last minute?
Well, injured last minute, yeah.
I got injured last minute.
So he'll be playing at the weekend, I'm sure. The teams have come out. We are lining up for the national anthem. And somebody said that Switzerland were excellent. against France, coming back from 3-1 down. So
Yeah, it was a great game. I remember that game. It was a great game, wasn't it?
To be fair, it's a shame that Ben Chilwell got injured this year, because that was one thing that really annoyed me about Gareth Southgate. And I know, did Luke Shaw score in the final?
He did, yes.
Right, but up until then, like, Ben Chilwell could have been so good and so like what's the word I'm trying to look for here? Like, he really could have influenced the play.
Yeah.
So he's not just Chelsea head on there, is it?
No, I'm genuinely saying, babe, if you looked at it that season, he was a great fullback, but he also
player,
knew how to go forward, and him and Mason linked up so well together. I was like, that's basically giving you the best of both worlds. And
I always find that, I know that, you know, the England manager is a different manager, but when you've got great combinations at club level, that could transition to, you know, that can transition to international level, surely.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm just the sort of person, I like authoritative, strong, fierce managers. I don't like quiet managers. That's not for me. You know, Tuchel's sort of got the middle aim. Like managers like Simone and Jose, they've got balls.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you need. And I think to manage a country, just at some point, you need, if you're not going to be that sort of loud sort of manager on the touchline, then you need to be making really quick decisions. I don't feel like he does that all the time, personally.
No, I think he is very reserved. I mean, there are arguments, though, that you know, them strong managers that make brash decisions. There's a fine line, isn't there? Because if it works, you're a genius. If it doesn't work, you're a fool. You know, look at the goalkeeper situation in the Chelsea finals and things like that.
Yeah, and
know.
I get that, but that even then that came down to the very last bit.
Last kick, yeah.
I don't think I think if something's not working and you can clearly see it's not working for a full 45 minutes, why are you waiting until the 75th, 80th minute to change it? You should be making that at the 60th minute if it still really hasn't worked.
Yeah, I do agree. Someone in the comments said, we'll never win anything with Kane, DNYG. We'll never win anything with Kane. Wow, that's an opinion enough. Sorry to put it, but Luke Shaw had a great season, says official Sabinzu, that season, and he was right to play with him over Chilwell. Mount was non-existent in the final and was a passenger. Stop
Has
this
he had
Chelsea
a good season
bias.
this season?
Luke Shaw, he's not even in the team, is he?
Well, exactly. So what's he doing playing in the friendly?
I thought Chilwell was the form player, if I'm honest.
I mean, obviously he's injured, so you know it cuts him out of this time. But I don't really understand if he's not even in the team, how the hell why he's playing in this friendly, even if this is an experiment. Well,
they've got like, you know, Henderson in there, Kane, Foden, that would probably start in those games, Pickford in goal. So I think it's a little bit of a mix and match. Listen, Shaw's performances of Man United have been poor this season, but in the Euros, he was fantastic, wasn't he? I've got to say.
He was good. He was good. I think the Man United team in general have been poor this season. We've got a super chat, but nothing in it from Vincent Jones for 79 pence. Thank you very much. Lewis Hamilton has gone out of Q1.
Gone out?
Yeah. Out of Q1, he says. I don't know what that means.
No, I don't know. Qualifying round one?
Qualifying round one, maybe, yeah. Last season was actually good. Lyle says, where are the Arsenal players, Lee?
Well, there's Ben White's in there. You know,
last minute, yeah.
Saka's unfortunately got COVID. Emil Smith-Rowe's got a slight niggle, so that's precautionary. Inside information on that, but I'm not going to say where. And of course, Ramsdale is injured as well. I think Ramsdale, by the way, should be England's number one. I'm going to say it now. I'm not biased or nothing like that. I think Pickford's done well for England, but for me, ultimately,
he's not even in the squad, mate.
He's injured at this moment in time.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yes. As you know, we had Leno in goal.
Sorry,
that's all right, no problems. I'll let you off.
Why is Maguire even on the bench?
I think everyone makes the bench. If you're in the squad, I think you're on the bench. Reefer LaFunk says 5 at the back is killing the potential of this team. Southgate is way too cautious. That's backing you up there, Soph. Ty Junior, Arsenal more important than England?
100%.
Oh, that's your.
Well, come on then. I'm going to ask you the question then, like, you know. West Ham to win the Europa League or England to win the World Cup?
West Ham.
There you go.
Yeah, West Ham.
Well, I've always been more of a club girl. I'm not, you know, typically my national team would be Greece and Cyprus, I suppose, but you do get into it, you know, as it goes on.
Yeah, of course, but
it's still friendlies like this would just annoy me in general because I don't want Mason to get injured or anyone to, you know.
Well, you've seen Stones. We have kicked off, by the way. Going from left to right, but we've just seen Stones is out now.
Woo!
Yeah, so what, you know, that's a big blow for West Ham. Now That's happened in the
West
warm-up,
Ham.
hasn't it? So, which is very strange, but you know, yeah. So, listen, injuries can happen at any time of the season, like, you know. And
Oh, we're wearing blue. I thought we was going from left to right. I thought, well, I'm just imagine we was in the white, but no, we're in the blue. For anyone that's
In
watching.
the blue. I like the blue better.
yeah, so you know, yeah, injuries could happen. I picked up an injury, by the way. Sort of let
Yes,
you know,
from
like-
playing football.
Yeah,
Football, as we hear, everyone.
yeah. There's no. It can happen.
You've got a bad knee, a bad lip. What happened to your lip?
Oh, I don't know. I feel I'm
You're in the wars at the
I'm in
minute.
the wars at the moment. I'm a bit run down through. Since I've done my knee in, I've been in. It's been. I think it's 4 weeks now. I've been in constant pain. You know,
You're gonna have an operation, aren't you?
I've got to have an operation on it now, like, you know. But to be in pain for so long, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's annoying.
It's you know, it gets you down a bit, like, you know.
Yeah.
Lack of sleep.
But this is what happens when you get to the age of 60. You know?
No need for that, was there? No need for that. Just
Was I bang out of order?
bang out of order there, like.
Every time I ring Lee with a problem, that is bang out of order,
bang
that
out
is.
of order.
Somebody said my head's distracting the camera. Thank you very much for that.
Who the bloody hell is this calling me now?
Well, that was a good ball.
Lee's getting abused, the poor sod.
Who's getting abused?
You, he says you're getting abused. I don't think we're abusing him.
Nah, I can take it. But like, you know, as I say, you just want the players. The thing is with these friendlies, you know, if you win the game, you're not really that bothered. But if you was to win the game and say you get one of your players injured, whether it be an Arsenal player, Spurs player, or Chelsea player, then you're a little bit annoyed, aren't you, by it?
Yeah. What about the players that are missing? Let's talk about the players that are missing. You know, we've got lots of Sancho missing. That's how much talent we have got. But Rashford, do you think these players can force their way back in before the World Cup? It's not long now, is there, before the World Cup? Not too many England games.
Well, this is what I'll say, right, about this, right, and maybe you can come into it. Harry Maguire, we're all saying, has been pouring in. But
He's in there, though.
Yeah, he's in there. Rashford's had a poor season, dropped. Sancho, not been great, but he's starting to play well the last few games, dropped. You know, so I feel a little bit sorry for Rashford, and you know, he hasn't been playing well. The fact of the matter is, with someone like Rashford, and I'll be honest with you, he's got so much competition up there now, hasn't he? You know, if you're not going to play well,
there's lots of wingers, isn't there?
yeah, if you're not going to play well, you know, like today you probably got Foden, you got Grealish, you got Sterling. Sterling's not playing today, nor is Grealish.
You got Mount, you got Smith Rowe,
Mount,
Saka.
Smith Rowe, Saka, all playing that. So if you're not playing well, it's quite. I suppose it's easier to be left out, isn't it? Like, you know?
Oh, Shaqiri's in the box.
Oh, God.
Good tackle. I don't know how that stayed on.
Yeah, how did that stay on? Did it deflect off somebody?
I thought it was good defending from Ben White.
Of course you did.
Switzerland are started very well with
Yeah.
him. Started on the front foot.
Who is our biggest competition for the World Cup this year? Next year?
You would say France. They're the usual suspects, isn't it? I haven't really kept an eye on what's going on in South America this time because they've been a little bit off the pace, haven't they, the South American teams?
you know, Brazil. You know, always when you've got some of the players that they've got there. I think like Spain, definitely. You know, France.
France has got to be the one,
You've
isn't
got
it?
to say France.
Belgium, I would say Belgium.
Belgium.
It miss.
Yeah, they always seem to let you down, don't they? Like, you know, a little bit like England. Got some, you know, terrific players.
I think they're going to have that golden generation. To be honest with you, you know, the golden generation that you know should be but doesn't really ever achieve anything.
Yeah, Belgium's going to have that.
In the box, yeah.
I think with England, the only thing I think may be a thing against us is the conditions out there. That, you know, but the players seem to be more conditioned to all that nowadays, don't they? I remember, like in '86, you know, they said the World Cup would be in Mexico would always go against us, and it did. You know, we got jaded towards the end of that tournament, like, you know. So it'd be interesting with the weather.
It's going to be a weird one, isn't it? Because it starts in November and it goes. I think the World Cup final was like 4 days before Christmas.
Yeah.
So you're going to be eating your turkey and watching the World Cup final at the same time. But it's going to be it's going to be a bit of a strange one for the country, I think, as well, because you used to, when you're watching the World Cup, you used to go in beer gardens and all that sort of stuff. You're all going to be stuck inside. It's going to be freezing cold. You can't go outside.
18th of December, the final.
Oh, 18th of December. Okay, there you go. 6 days before Christmas. I do apologise.
No, get it right next time, like, you know. You're poor talking of the Switzerland national team, and now you haven't got the date for the World Cup final right.
Switzerland are very pacey, I have to say.
Yes.
Putting the ball around very quickly.
They're a decent side.
Yeah.
They're one of them dark horse sides, I believe.
Yeah. For the moment, anyway. Oh, come on. Yeah, win the ball. Oh. Oh, fucking hell, they're quick. That's what I mean. They're really quick.
They are quick. They're
not giving us any time.
Oh, he's giving us a free kick there.
Who was that a foul on?
It looks like Mount.
Hey, Mace. It was a good pass originally. I just think, is that a foul?
Well, got
one of them ones, isn't it? It looks worse in slow motion.
Got it given.
But it gets given there. You do that in the penalty box. Like no penalties. It's like
some sloppy play from England.
I think with these teams, you can't give them any time on the ball. You've got to go to them.
Yeah. Got to press them early.
Yeah, press them really early. We're not doing that at the minute. We're letting them move the ball around. Come on.
TB says England and Brazil are the favourites for the World Cup, apparently.
England and Brazil. Is that because Brazil's name?
Maybe.
I used to love watching Brazil when I was younger.
But they had superstars, didn't they? Then I can't There's only a few Brazil players I can name now.
Yeah, they're really good.
I remember even like the World Cups before, you didn't even know none of them. You used to come within one game, you're falling in love with 3 or 4 of their players. You know what I mean? Because they were so good.
For me, R9 best striker that's ever graced the game.
Yeah, he was quality.
He was.
Is that Ronaldo?
Ronaldo,
players like
big Ronaldo.
You know who I also used to like is Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho. They had Rivaldo going back that
Rivaldo, yeah.
Was it the 2002 season? It's built.
Even the fullbacks were brilliant, weren't they? Marcelo, Dani Alves.
Yeah.
Stones ain't looking too happy.
TB's donated $5 and said Robbie crying over Lewis Hamilton's bottle job in Saudi Arabia.
So something's happened there then.
Something's happened, yeah. If Expressions was here, says Biano Swag, we'd have all the top London DR sports fans on the couch. Lee is still the top man, though.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. Who's that
We
from?
don't film together too much, do we?
No, not really, no. I don't come in here often.
This is our first stream, us as a 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
Trio. We have to do one of them later. You know?
Yes.
Not bad threesome, is it really?
Nah, not really.
Very good.
You know.
Pulisic is the best player in Europe right now, says God.
Huh? Not sure I agree. Pulisic?
Pulisic, yeah. It goes, the order is this, the best ever. It goes Maradona, Pulisic and Messi, apparently.
Is that an American?
It must be, yeah. He must be watching...
I love Pulisic, but I wouldn't say he's the best in Europe right now.
He must be watching Storage Wars or whatever that was. The Porn Stars, is it?
I agree with the Maradona bit.
England has individual talent, but no good team structure against the big teams, says Shane.
The thing is, our season went downhill the second that Reece James and Ben Chilwell got injured. And I know that's not an excuse because every team gets injuries, but I think to take out our left and right was a big blow because we just got our solid sort of defence in order. So that was a big blow for us. And then we had other injuries as well throughout it. So, you know, it depends on where you get your injuries. If a winger gets injured, you've got a few wingers to come in and replace them. If your left back and your right back both get injured at the same time, that is going to cause you natural problems anyway.
Yeah. Al says, love to see Nicky from West Ham Fan TV. Thank you very much, Al. I really appreciate it.
Very, very happy West Ham.
God's from Pennsylvania, so he's American through and through.
How is the West Ham TV going with the success of the Hammers at the moment?
Yeah, very well, mate. I mean, look, we've been all over Europe this year. I can't really complain, mate. It's been absolutely excellent. We was in Seville a few weeks ago.
What was the atmosphere like on last Thursday as well? Come across on a telly, fantastic.
Go on.
Magnificent.
If you've not been to the London Stadium, which obviously we all have, but it's a difficult place to get an atmosphere, isn't it? Because you're so far away.
It can be, yeah, but it's a bit of a myth.
To get that electric like that on Thursday.
It was excellent, Lee.
Yeah, it was.
Honestly.
I see the highlights of it, like, you know what I mean, or the game of it.
Kane's fruit?
Well, I thought
it was one of them nights. I mean, European nights, we don't get them that often, mate. So when we get them, we make them count. But if that's what you get in the last 16, mate, if we get through to the semi-final, I tell you what, that'll be a sight to behold at the London Stadium. It is far away. It's not a West Ham. It's not a football stadium. We don't like it. I know we get taunted by it, and you know, about you sold your soul. Listen, we didn't sell anything. We you know.
Well, not your fault, was it?
It wasn't our fault. No, we got moved. But it is what it is, mate. You have to make history in your new stadium, and we are making it at the moment. So no complaints at the moment, Lee, I must say. If you're around here and you're watching this, go and subscribe to my channel, West Ham Fan TV. We do a lot of stuff over there.
Good guys on there as well, like, you know what I mean. I do like the old West Ham boys.
Blurb Season says this is the best fan from West Ham, no contest fan. Thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate it. Nicky, mate, will West Ham finish top 6? It's going to be very tough.
Where would you be happy if you finished?
I would take 7th now.
And conference league?
Conference football, it's all right, mate. It's a trip abroad.
No,
you know what I mean?
I'm saying that, like, but obviously, like, you've got a great chance of winning Europa League. But you, as a West Ham fan,
I don't know. You see Barcelona?
Yeah,
we've got them in the next round if we get through.
You know what I mean? You've beaten Liverpool, mate. Beating Chelsea at home.
Listen, at times,
I
mate.
just think that West Ham will look back with a regret of just not strengthening the squad. You know, with all these games coming up, like, you know what I mean? I just don't think, you know, Antonio was out on his feet. What was the game before? It was the game before the Europa League game. He come off about 5 minutes ago. He couldn't hardly walk.
It was Villa.
Was it Villa?
Villa, yeah.
And then he's had to go and do it again, and do it again, and do it again.
He looks downtrodden.
Yeah.
He looks upset that there is no one.
Is he on international duty?
I don't think he's gone with Jamaica now, no.
So that'd be nice that he can get a bit of a rest.
If West Ham win the Europa League, they'll be in the Champions League. We would, but that's a tough ask. You know, as I said, we've got Barcelona next. If we get through this one. I've been a West Ham fan too many years to count my chickens, as they say. Blurb Season says Sophie's looking rosy. Thank you.
So's Lee.
Thank you.
Lee gets very jealous when he doesn't get compliments. He needs that validation.
You've got a touch of the Slim Shaders about you today, Lee. I must say, the way you're dressed.
Well, you know, as I say, like, you know, I wouldn't look as good in that summer dress as Sophie
I think
does.
you would. I think you would.
We can always change it half time.
Yeah, we could actually swap clothes. I dress as you one day, you dress as me.
I love to do that. I'll do that for charity, like, yeah.
Yeah, I dress as you dress as me. I'd have to come in my bobby hat
Okay.
and hair up, so like I look bold.
Yeah,
I can be bold for the day.
Yeah, you can be bold for the day, like, you know.
There's a good chance, but Gallagher, we'll clear it away.
That's why you put him on the pitch, though, because he'll get goals for you.
Rashane donated $4.99. Says, Nicky, would you take Bow, Daniel Celebus, and about 50 mil for Rice? Well, I'm not selling him. I'll probably take a bag of quavers for Rice at the minute. My bank account's looking grim after our exploits around Europe, but I'm not the one selling him, to be quite honest with you.
Do you think Declan Rice, do you think Declan Rice will stay at West Ham?
Oh, I think it depends.
Yeah.
I think it really depends.
I think I get Champions League football.
I wanted to ask you guys this actually. What do you think about the price tag slapped on him this week? Do you think it's fair?
What, 150 million?
150? I mean, I don't think Maguire's worth 80, so based on that, yes. But I mean, 150 million.
You want the top players, you've got to pay for it.
Taking the piss. But soon we're going to be valuing players at 300 million.
He's 23, 24, and he, like, do you know what I mean? So he's got a long, you know, he's got a lot going for him. I'd be very surprised if a club would spend that amount of money.
I think it's a price tag. I think they'll take a lot less. I think it's a price tag.
150 million.
It's a price tag.
I would say he's definitely worth between 60 to 80 million.
I think he's worth more than that.
Really?
To us, yeah, I think he's worth more than that.
The thing is, he probably is. He is worth. Probably that is his price, really, to say about it. But West Ham are only going to sell him if it's over the top, aren't they?
Of course, yeah. That's the thing.
They're not going to sell him for the going rate, are they?
I think when you're looking at the likes of Pepe, 75 million, Maguire, 80 million, Pogba, 100 million, for a kid that carries us, that's very important to us, that's got age on his side, potential. We've still got quite a long contract. We've got 3 years left. I think that's the going rate. And I don't think it's a price that they're expecting anyone to come and pay. I think it's a price to say, look, he's not for sale just yet. But I think that, I'll be honest with you, we have these discussions every week on West Ham Fan TV, but he's making the noises now. He wants to win trophies. He wants to.
Yeah, and I get that. I think it's going to get. What are we going to get to a point where the price is this like inflation, where like the prices are going to keep going up and the top players worth 300 million. So if you want a half decent one, it's got to be 150. It's going to get stupid. And if we're talking about having spending limits and making sure money isn't corrupt and blah blah blah, where is this 150 million coming from? Where's this other 100 million coming from for all these players? It's not necessarily whether they have the ability or not. It's if you're going to make ridiculous prices, then you're going to have to accept the money ain't going to be coming out of nowhere. It's going to be from very, very rich, probably quite naughty. That's the nice way of saying it. Owners.
But I think this is the problem with football, is that we've got the balance wrong at the moment. You want to pay all these players for all this money. You're talking about this money as if it's pennies in a pound. When we're talking about 150 million pound, you're talking about the GDP of a country in some cases. You know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous amounts to pay for a country. That's on top of his wages.
I know, but that's what I'm saying though. I'm saying we've got this huge talk about at the minute about how there's going to have to be better checks and vetting for when these new owners come in and buy English clubs. Well, we're not going to have really, really, really rich owners that live down our streets. So it's only going to come from, it's going to be the Middle East, China, Russia. Russia are out of it now. They're the first to go. Yeah. So where else are we going to get this money from? Roman is literally just the first one in a long line of people that they will go after.
Well, you've got these clubs that have been bankrolled by these, I don't want to say corrupt because it's not really my place.
The only way to make the Premier League fair, though, is basically to have a spending cap for every single club, and it's all you're only allowed to play this amount of players on this amount of money, and that's never ever going to happen.
You say that as Abramovich leaves, like, we've been saying that for 19 years.
When I didn't like Abramovich because of the money he spent on Chelsea. I love my football club and the players that play for my football club and the fact that we win stuff, and I'm really grateful for that. There are other owners in the league, no offence, but your owner, Man United's owner, could spend just as much money. They don't want to. They don't want to do it.
That's what made Abramovich a one-off.
He doesn't want to be repaid. He had passion for the club, no matter what you say, wherever the money was coming from. He had passion for the club.
Did it start with passion?
Well, I don't think you necessarily take a team from being middle table to making them champions of Europe just because, just because you're not passionate.
But there were clips, Sophie, on Sky Sports and stuff, and obviously I've got to be very careful about what I say here because it's not me accusing him, it's just clips I've seen.
Allegedly.
Alleged clips are saying that it was all to launder money. It was all to clean money.
But he's lost money.
Yeah, but has he lost as much as 1.5 billion to a guy like him? But again, it's not a lot, is it?
But again, if that's the case, in my opinion, I don't think he would be the only one doing that. The owner.
No,
they're all
absolutely
doing it.
not.
They're all at it.
Allegedly.
But then, no one's kicking any of the other billionaire owners out. How much are the Newcastle owners now worth? Like 300 billion or something ridiculous?
More than everyone.
More than everyone, yeah.
Right, exactly.
Combined.
So that didn't come from just, hard work, starting in a supermarket and really building up your business. This is impossible.
I did speak out about the Newcastle owners and the human rights issues.
The fact of the matter is,
But my point is the government don't care about that because that's not what's politically going on in the world at the minute. What's politically going on is with Russia. So that's why they've sanctioned him. If it was going on with the Middle East, they'd all be sanctioned as well. It's it's politics and football. They're two separate things which they've sort of combined together. So we don't know any of this. We don't know what Roman's intentions were. All I can say is I do think he genuinely wanted Chelsea to win. I do believe that.
Oh, 100%. You know, you don't spend all that money.
You can still wash money, allegedly, and you don't have to pour that much into it and lose that much. That's just, you know, you can run a good football club that way.
It's a funny old business though, because there are obviously, when you're talking about like billions of pounds and laundering that amounts of money,
if they don't care, because it's pennies to them.
No, it's nothing to them. But what I'm saying is football is a funny old game, isn't it? No one's going to bat an eyelid when you're washing billions of pounds into football. If you go and wash it in the normal business, then people will start asking questions. But football is one of them things, isn't it? It seems like there is unlimited spending cap in football, and nobody's going to bat an eyelid. If you want to, this is why we're talking about the £150 million for Declan Rice, because it's not unusual. There's a good save there from Pickford.
Very good save from him there. Was that Xhaka?
And he lets that in.
Was that Xhaka? Yeah.
Cut back. England are pressed here.
Kick it out.
I'll tell you what, it was a very, very good move from Switzerland, that was.
Oh, God. Oh, offside.
Through
Offside,
again?
isn't he? Or maybe he's not offside. I thought he was offside.
Well,
he might just have been on.
20 minutes gone, they've been the better side.
We've looked very slow, to be honest, if I'm being honest. That's why we started talking about politics. Oh, it's in.
Goal?
It's a goal. Embolo.
Embolo. I was looking at the comments there. I missed that.
It was an absolute quality header.
But they deserve that because they're all round players. They've been faster on the ball.
They've started off these 20 minutes really good.
They've been faster on the ball. They've not let us have any. They've not let us have any possession. Every time we've got the ball, they've pressed us. We've not done them. We've allowed them to move freely with the ball up and down the pitch.
They look a very tidy outfit.
Even then, look. Oh, he was off then. No, that was off. He was off. So should the play have gone on?
Is there VAR?
Is there VAR in this game? He was off.
It's
He
a
should have
great
been
ball.
stopped already. But
A fantastic ball. I think that was from Xhaka.
great
Shaqiri, sorry.
header as well.
Xhaka.
Done Ben White there. In here.
it was good. The defending there was poor.
Very poor. Who was
Left
that?
him too much space.
Ben White.
Oh, Ben White.
Nothing wrong with that, it was just a good cross.
That was poor defending. Give him too much space. It was too easy for him.
Up yours, you see.
Embolo.
They're looking over
Cool
the
name.
sideline. Says checking VAR, I believe.
Well, he was, but Matey was off. Number 3, I think it was offside. And that should have been stopped. That should have stopped the game early on.
Goal.
Goal?
Goal. He's giving it.
Okay,
He's
I
giving
don't
it.
get these. I don't get these rules then. So if one's offside, but then the ball goes, but then they allow the play to play on, and then everyone else is on suddenly onside again, then we can play again.
I'm not sure why they're using VAR in a friendly.
No, well, I think it's ridiculous.
Don't bother.
They're in
Oh,
again,
because it was
look,
quite
they're
a
in
few
again.
pounds.
Coming
Okay.
forward again, Switzerland. Shot.
A little bit disorganised here, aren't we, at the moment?
We're all over the shop, to be honestly.
But we haven't been fast enough. Look at the pace of them compared to us. We're just letting them run. Why are we letting them run? He's had all that space to run and take a shot. You can't give him that sort of space.
He's still a good player, isn't he, Shaqiri? I'll take him at West Ham, I would.
I've just demolished those grapes.
No, yeah. Oh, I see. I thought
We've
you
got-
said.
we've
I
got
thought
some-
they
we've
was
got
there
some-
to share.
Oh!
We've got some red grapes.
Off the bar.
Oh,
Smash. Oh, he said no for handball.
Why are we giving him that much space
Wow.
though to take a shot? Why haven't they closed him down at that bit? Why have you not closed them down?
We're all over the shop, England.
Yeah, we are all over the shop.
Right, look at this in a minute, Lee. Do you see what I mean? Not this one. Okay,
it's a good save.
Good save. But look at this. Look at this. When he comes, okay, you haven't seen it here. No, like, hold on. Where is it? Oh, we're looking at that, are we?
Great strike.
Great
Good save.
save.
Very good save.
He's made two good saves now.
There's England Pickford and there's Everton Pickford, isn't there? England are on the ropes here.
Well, I tipped England to win this game.
What the fuck?
Well, it's only 20 minutes in, Lee. Oh,
Come
Kane.
on. Played too well.
Philly M says White Ben can't jump. That was very funny.
Come on, get a move on England. See, do you see what I mean? They're pressing us and not giving us any time on the ball whatsoever. Ball's gone out.
They're a well-drilled side.
Yeah. Gareth Southgate looks a little bit like shocked at how good they are.
Cheyenne says Chelsea ain't buying Declan Rice. They can't even buy an hot dog at their stadium. Is that true?
No, you can buy food at the stadium.
You can
so shows how much you know. Who is that?
Cheyenne, his name is. Or
Cheyenne.
her.
Well, I don't appreciate that comment. One of the players. Is that Mbolo that's injured?
Dwayne Roberts says Lee's checking his betting app, thinking about the accumulator.
Right, it's gone. I was doing me.
Did you bet on him?
No, I like doing me who knows wins. You know, like, you have your
mate, what an overreaction.
You have your 10 picks, like, you know what I mean? But it's such an hard thing to do.
Thing is, even in the Premier League, I used to do accumulators. Now you just don't know. It's impossible. Every week is so different. You can't even go with the best odds. Once, when I put my hand over the over the teams and click yes, no, draw.
Really?
160 quid, yeah.
I won 2,000 once.
Did you?
Yeah.
Ah. I mean, it's fun to do, but I just think it's quite difficult you'd have to put in some wild cards in there.
There's always an upset. That's the secret.
That's what I mean.
You've got to pick the upset.
I don't like in this week's one. Well done. Wimbledon and Cambridge a draw. Cambridge won it. Ipswich, Plymouth. Now Plymouth were odds on to beat Ipswich.
And they didn't.
Ipswich won 1-0.
Yeah, you just don't know, do you?
Good.
That's it.
Here we go.
Oh, terrible touch.
That Foden.
Such a frustrating game that is. Gets on my nerves.
Shabadi G says Southgate is clueless.
Now, it's funny about, you know, when you say about players in form and you pick them on form like Maguire or, you know, people have been mentioning Pickford. But Pickford's made 2 blinding saves here that he wouldn't have made for Everton, would he? He's having a bloody howlers at Everton. Why is that? Why is it you can play so bad for a club? Go and play for England.
But what, do you think they should be picked on England form then? For England?
No,
Maybe it's
I you know, that's where the other conversation is, isn't it? I don't think on current form, Pickford wouldn't get in the England squad, would he? Current form, Maguire wouldn't. But then you see Pickford now, he's made 2 sensational saves.
They always seem to be more loyal to goalkeepers. Do you ever notice that? They, you know, even if the goalkeepers sort of club team are not doing too well and they're not doing too well, they're always more loyal to goalkeepers than they are to outfield players.
I don't think it sends the right message to players to play players like Maguire, for instance, who's had a terrible season so far at United, to then put him straight back in the England squad. The current, if Conor Gallagher, for instance, played the same position as him and Maguire got picked today, he'd probably be thinking, what more do I need to do? Yeah, it's impossible.
Well, you got Tomori.
Tomori, for instance, for AC Milan. How is he not even? You know,
not even considered.
Exactly. Yeah, and I know he's not injured. So I don't really understand. You know, some of them must just be thinking, is this favouritism or what?
Who would you like to see come into the England's fold?
Tomori, yeah. Tammy Abraham when he's better.
Yeah.
Oh, surprise.
2x Chelsea.
Chilwell, Reece.
Chilwell and Reece, 100%, because they deserve it. But then I think...
Who do you think is the best right back in the country? That's a good question.
Currently?
I think it's James.
What, better than Trent?
Yeah, I think...
What, Reece James?
Yeah.
But he's been injured, that's the hard thing, you know?
I think he's a little bit... I like him better...
What, than Walker?
Than Trent. Yeah, even Walker. I think we need to start finding a replacement for Walker. I think he's getting on a little bit, you know. He's not going to be... He's not the future, and I think... Carl Walker, yeah?
Yeah.
He's in his 30s. 31, 32.
He's a good right back.
He is an excellent right back, but I think there's a lot of quality there.
I've got Trippier.
He's getting on a little bit as well.
Your man at West Ham, has he got a chance, Johnson?
Not just yet. I think he's a lot. He's got a long way to go. James is more balanced. That's the word I was looking for. More balanced.
Yeah.
Trent's a very good attacking player. He's excellent, but I think James is a little bit more balanced.
Cool.
James and Trent have got the same number of goal contributions, but James has played 9 games less, apparently.
Oh,
There
and
we
he's
go.
been injured
And he's been
for most
injured.
of the season. But you can always tell how good a player is when they get injured and it affects your entire team and your performances start going down here and you start losing points. You know. Good. Hurry up. No.
So
Thing is, right.
The World Cup first game, you're having,
good.
if everybody's fit, Reece James at right back, yeah?
100%.
I think. Who would be back for? World Cup back for? Current form, no injuries. You've got a full. Look, can I have one of your grapes?
Yeah. Of course, please. You don't need to ask. Reece.
Yeah.
Based on current form, Reece on the right, Tamori in the middle.
Hold on. Current form. We ain't hardly played.
I would have. What do you mean Tamori hasn't barely played?
Reece James hardly played.
Based on their
Well-
most recent form, then.
Just
He
saying.
literally, right, he came back. Do you know what he did on his first game, proper game back?
Got injured.
Scored a goal.
Yeah, then got injured.
He got injured in training. He scored a goal.
If they're
First game
fit,
back in
If
years.
everybody's fit, forget about current form, if fit.
If fit, Reece on the right, Tamori in the middle with.
Who? So,
You
like,
are-
basically, you want
Have you watched him for AC Milan? He's one of their best players.
Basically, you want all Chelsea
You need
players.
to start watching Serie A. Is Serie A?
Serie
Serie
A.
A.
Yeah.
Serie A, Serie
I'd
A.
rather go, I don't know, it's a good question.
Left back though, I mean, yeah, Shaw was. I thought he was all right in the Euros. I don't. Who else? Who other left backs are there? Because I'm just thinking of Ben. He's
Chilwell?
No, but he's. Yeah, obviously he would be my first choice, but I don't know if he's going to be fully fit by the time this all goes. I know he's coming back to it, but he's still not played a
Sure,
game.
for me.
And who else is the other central? Ben White you're talking about.
I'm Ben White, definitely.
But I'd be happy with Reece, Tamori, Ben White, and then Shaw on the left. That would be okay.
Ben White and John Stones. But in saying that, he'll probably play a back three, wouldn't he?
He probably will. I think Walker would fit in there in the back
Yeah.
three. He likes to play Walker there, doesn't he?
I don't. Do you know what? To be honest, I'm not the biggest World Cup Euros fan because
They've got a lot of options. A lot of options.
it's hard for me to hate players 1 minute and love them the next. That's my biggest thing. But yeah, I did get into it towards the end last time, and
Yeah, I'm with you
I
on
did
that.
enjoy it. But my team is Chelsea, and I'm that's my main focus. If you've got Chelsea winning the Champions League or England winning the World Cup, I'm Chelsea Champions League all
Yeah.
day long.
Oh,
Okay, so what about the midfield? We're picking a World Cup
Well, hold on
team.
a minute. But what system are we playing?
Let's go with the system that they've got now. So we're playing 5 at the back. So your 5 defenders, you've got your 3 midfielders and 3 attackers.
I don't even like 5 at the back.
No, I don't like it either, but that is what we play.
I think Bellingham.
Go on.
Bellingham's got to play.
Okay.
Oh, he's burning him. Well done, son.
I do like
Mason's got to be in there somewhere.
Mason who?
Mason Mount.
Ah, no way.
Oh, shut up,
No
Lee.
way.
Shut up, Lee. Why? Who are you going to go with? Smith Rowe?
No, I think I quite like, as I said, Jude Bellingham. I think Henderson's got to go in there for experience and everything.
I think
Declan Rice has got to come in
Oh,
there.
Declan Rice has got to come in, yeah.
Declan Rice has got to play.
Go on.
Phillips
I
is
think
injured at the
Phillips.
moment.
Go on.
Go on, go on! Score!
Square. Saka!
Oh,
in the
you
post. Kane
fucking...
on a
What the
follow-up.
fuck?
Offside.
Oh.
Who was that on the right? Walker Peters?
Yeah.
did
Saka's
I-
not playing.
I said- Really?
He's sitting at
No,
home.
he's got COVID.
He's sitting at home eating
Chilling with
popcorn,
COVID.
drinking water though.
Offside. Miles offside.
Yeah, sorry, they are, yeah. It's a shame, though.
I mean, it's very hard in the midfield. We've got some real good options in there.
But that's... Oh,
Dec-
Peters.
Declan Rice, Phillips, and then you've got a choice, I suppose, Bellingham or
Kieran Phillips been injured. Oh, we're not talking about injuries, are we?
Smith Rowe or Mason Mount.
What, midfield? Are we talking about attack or
Huh?
Smith Rowe, Mason Mount? This is attack, right?
If we're talking about no injuries, though, Ben Chilwell has to come in for sure.
No way.
100%. Have you seen him play?
Luke Shaw was one of the best left backs in the Euros.
You just told me he's not even in the United team.
But we're not going on current form, are we?
Well, of course we are going on current form. We're just not talking about injuries. This is the worst put together a team I've ever known.
We can't agree. I'm going Rice. I'm going Phillips.
And Babu has come on, and I didn't see who left.
We've got one more to go.
Fucking demolishing them, Lee. What are they, sweet or salty?
Both, isn't it?
Both, yeah. I'm quite hungry as that. I'm nothing to eat.
I'm a bit hungry. I think I might have a curry
Part
tonight.
of my contract, they said there'd be food.
That is food.
Yeah.
They've honoured your contract, mate. They didn't,
wait till I
they didn't
see
specify
Jason.
what food. That is food.
Jason promised me food. He said it'd be hot food.
Oh, Jason's a liar.
Oh.
Jason is a liar. Richard
He
can
did,
tell him that.
he did promise me a
Jason,
couple of
Jason
Arnavins,
is
which
a
he
liar. He loves a
has
little
got
porcupine.
come through on that.
Yeah.
But he said,
You need to feed your tummy, don't you?
huh?
You need to feed your tummy, don't you?
Yeah, like, you should be fair, you know, I'll say, like, you know, well, to be honest, I was, you know, like, and this is what I said to him when I was negotiating my deal for today. I was meant to be doing the Arsenal and Spurs women's game before, but it got called off. So in that negotiation, oh, we'll supply you food, drinks. The game was called off, and like, you know what I mean, popcorn.
You got grapes as well?
Oh yeah, but supplied by you, not by...
Well, only the green ones got eaten, but that's because, you know, you need to get in there quickly with me. We do have some lovely red grapes here
Yeah, pass them over there.
to accompany this terrible game.
Pass them over there, is that all right? Like,
Yeah, of course,
so-
mate. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah,
you
no
know,
problem.
you're a good host, you are.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Top
you.
I
man.
suppose I should share.
Yeah, you should ask. They're not.
Here they go again, look,
They wasn't
Switzerland.
provided by the production team.
Oh.
Ooh.
There you go.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah.
That looked painful from Ben White there.
£1.79 from Joker J says Rice, Bellingham and Foden would be his midfield. Bellingham's got to be in with a shout. He's playing very well.
One would be Declan, Mount. Can I put Smith Rowe in there?
What about your front row? Your front row.
Front row?
Front forwards.
Oh, so Smith Rowe would go in with the forwards, would he?
Smith would, I think, yeah, Smith Rowe.
He could play. Yeah, he could play in the forwards.
I put Mount and Declan Rice together purely based on the fact that they've...
Oh, is it a post from a corner?
Didn't that come off of Pickford's, like...
Strike! Oh, my goodness! Oh!
Oh my
We are
God!
getting battered everywhere we go.
Who does Mbolo play for? Can you look that up? Because he's decent. I'm going to look it up myself.
That's a bad goalkeeping for this bit, but got lucky here, look. But
He plays for Borussia
Mönchengladbach.
Mönchengladbach, if I pronounce that right.
That was
It's just-
swerving.
great-
That was
great save,
yeah, it
that.
was
Great
swerving.
save.
So why don't we see this pick for Everton? What's going on here? I genuinely think some players have more confidence in playing with other teams. And say your teams, and the Premier League, don't forget, is way more competitive than the World Cup.
Have you seen Everton's defence? I bet he's like a nervous wreck when he goes on the pitch.
To be fair, yeah.
It must be, oh my God.
they've
also
been
the
poor,
four in
haven't
front
they,
of you.
Everton, to be fair.
They
Been
did
poor.
keep a clean sheet in their last game though. Switzerland coming forward again.
Some keepers, though, even if their team at the bottom of the league have the most saves because they have to make them, you know,
Yeah.
they make the most. But like I think Tim Krul was one of them actually at one point. He had the most saves because
For again. Strike! Oh, poor strike. He must have been
He's
offside,
offside,
surely.
It's like this Zimbabwe guy. Yeah.
I don't think he was
He wasn't
offside.
offside. No,
I
he
think
wasn't
he was
offside.
onside, you
He was
know.
onside.
Bad
I think he
strike,
had more
really.
time on the ball there. I think he could have taken a touch.
West Ham are at West Ham. England are at 6s and 7s here at the moment. They are getting battered.
It's not all I can say about us compared to them is number one, they're fast. Secondly, they're pressing us when we've got the ball. We are literally just letting them run the field, pass freely. You can't, you really can't do that with a team like this. Look, total attempts: Switzerland 9, England 1.
There's
Hurry
Kane.
up,
There's Gallagher.
get a fucking move on. That's it, quickly.
With all these players,
Quick.
we should dominate a little bit more than what we are, mate.
Yeah, good, Connor. Yeah, great pass. In. Oh,
The forward line for me
Peters has not been bad.
would be Kane. Would be Saka.
Oh, yeah, I'd put Saka in
Yeah.
there, 100%.
Sterling or Grealish, I think.
It's got to be Sterling. He comes alive in the big tournaments, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Last tournament he was superb.
I'm a big fan of Grealish.
Oh, give it away.
Quick.
Richard Kane.
Quick.
Gallagher
Oh,
just
Christ.
can't get there.
To be fair, though,
Henderson,
who's
bad
our number 8?
pass.
Yes, really bad pass.
Really bad pass. He's been shocking,
There's
Henderson.
there's not much Connor could do with that, to be fair.
It's Kane.
Look, he's asking for
Gallagher.
it. That's
Back
it. That's
through
it.
to
Great
Walker Peters.
pass.
Across. He's playing really well, Walker Peters.
Walker Peters playing really well. Connor's playing all right. Until that. That's it.
Olivia's Happiness says, is this a sign of things to come? I swear, just painful. I'm not sure if you mean the England game or the stream, but...
God, we're nearly at the end of the first half. I've been so hooked on it.
Listen, you can't, as I say, you can't go too much into these friendlies. This is nowhere near the England team that's going to play.
No, but I still think we could have got a goal here with the talent that's on the pitch, Lee. You don't think we deserve a goal with the talent that's on the pitch?
I don't really follow the Swiss team that much, but I think this is quite as strong as side that they've put out. They've not made a makeshift side, have they?
No. Have you seen what's on the bench? This is pretty much the household names, to be honest.
That are playing. Where, you know, like look at it. You look at the front three. You know, you got your main man there, Mason Mount, playing a blinder in there. You've got Foden, who's top quality, isn't he? And Harry Kane. They've not really done anything, have they? Of course, if we had another 8 Chelsea players in there, it'd probably be different, wouldn't it?
Right, that's it. Pass me the grapes back. Oh, they're there.
AFC Max donated $5 Australian and said, big up the beautiful Sophie, love from Aussie Gooner, beautiful Chris, Ben White passing, Lee, good to see him, Saka, Sterling, Kane, midfield, Rice, Jude, ESR.
I was first there. Thank you.
Didn't even say my name.
Love to Australia.
You ever been to Australia?
Got a passport.
Oh.
Got an Australian passport. Yeah, my family live over there, but...
So I didn't ask if you've got a passport, I asked if you've been there. You know
of course I've fucking been there if I've got a passport. What a silly question.
Well, not really.
Listen, I've got a passport, but I've never been there.
I've never been there.
Shush a mush.
I won't fly that far.
No, that puts you off. What's the flights like, you know?
Long.
I see you went
fly all
first
the time.
class to Vegas, didn't you? I see
I
that.
upgraded.
Yeah, I see that, you know what I mean?
Well, no, because
Did your sister upgrade or was just you? Go on.
I paid for her to upgrade, yeah.
Oh, you did, like, you know.
It was £800 each to upgrade. I thought, you know what? She deserves
That
it.
Sky Sports money.
I was like, all the money I've saved from YouTube, I just put it in a little pot, and then, you know. But you know what? It was worth it because it was just nice on the way. Then we slummed it in economy on the way back.
I think
Yeah.
you've got it.
Is there a massive difference?
Yeah.
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 So what
Did
about
was it one of the
Australia?
ones with the beds and all of that sort of stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
You've-
business class. It wasn't first, but business class now is becoming,
First
you know,
class.
same as first, more or less. But it
So
depends.
you get a bed?
But you know what though? That same flight, the same time for same seat was 10 grand one way a week later.
Really?
So I was
Crazy.
like, fuck, 800 quid. That's you know, I can do it. And I had to like haggle with them a little bit, but I was, you know, it was all right.
And you get a bed, do you?
Yeah, I
So
get a bed.
what other advantages do you get like that?
Just a bed, a nice booth. You get all your little charger thing. You get whatever you want, really.
Comfort.
Champagne,
Food?
comfort.
Champagne, you get champagne?
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course you do. I think they hand you a champagne when you first, you know, get
Walk
on
in,
and whatever else, and then what else is there that I really like? You've got like a little reading light, and it's just a different sort of thing. And when you sleep, you can like put the thing across. You've got your own little bedroom.
Oh, right, like, so you've got your own...
Yeah, I've only done it a few times. Like obviously,
So there's no one like sit next to you then, it's all like you're on your own?
you can get two. We couldn't get two next to each other, sadly. But there's one, and you just have like this little screen, and if you want, you can pull it across, and if you don't want, you can pull it back.
She's upgraded her flights to Vegas. I went to Seville last week. I went Ryanair. I wouldn't even pay to sit next to me, mate.
Yeah.
That was €4 or something.
No, but trust me, on the way back, it was like £6 grand to upgrade, and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not that rich. I'm going back to being economy.
and when you go back into a comedy, do you get free drinks or it's no free drinks?
No, you do get free drinks on the long haul flights, I
Well,
think.
you're Virgin. Was
We
it
were
Virgin?
BA. On the long haul flights, you get some free drinks, but I slept most of the way back.
My brother works at Virgin. I'll see if he can hook you up.
Yes. But you know, it's only a one-off every now and again.
No,
Most times I always fly
I
economy, obviously.
I can safely say when I've travelled,
Go on, Connor. That's it.
Square back.
In. Hurry up.
For sure.
Yeah!
Oh, what a strike! Great goal!
Well done! Fucking fine. Do you know why though? Because we were much
England's
quicker.
left back.
But you know what? Much quicker on the ball. Like we're proper getting it then.
That was a great pullback. I think it was from Gallagher.
Right on half time.
Yeah.
Loves it. Mace looks absolutely knackered. It's quite hot today. It's not freezing cold today either, is it? So.
I'll tell you what, though, it dips in the evening, though, doesn't it?
Dips in the evening, yes. It's getting cold next
I
week.
come out this morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. It was 0 degrees, mate.
Really?
Yeah.
Monday is 18. That's a brilliant
Cars
goal. Look,
great block
goal.
from Walker Peters.
Walker
Gallagher
Peters
pulls
is
it back.
Brilliant. That's
Good
it.
finish.
Great finish.
The number 6 is poor for them. And that is one hell of a
Wonderful strike. That is really good
Great
technique.
And good communication between Mount and Shaw so he could leave it. And look, he jumps up.
AFC
it,
Max donated another $5, he said. And as for the defence, Nicky, Alexander-Arnold, White Stones, Tomori and Chilwell. That's who he thinks the defence should be.
Agree with him there. Very good goal. Take it back, Luke Shaw might be able to go in.
England's left back, that is.
Whoopsie.
There's a bit of a culture at Man United at the moment with how poor they're playing and sort of negativeness around the club. Do you think some of these players, like the likes of Rashford, need to move on from now?
I do. I mean, you saw what happened when Lingard had his loan spell at West Ham.
Yeah.
How good was he?
He was excellent.
So
He's just wasted a year of his career in England.
I think so.
I
yeah.
don't think a lot of these footballers realise that. They're probably not worried now because they're still getting paid, making a fortune. Don't think they realise that your career is very short. When that money runs out, it doesn't matter how much money you've had in the past. Some of them, they do go back to having hardly anything.
Yeah.
They're not wise. I don't think a lot of them are advised. I mean, for instance, like look at Danny Drinkwater, getting paid a fortune, hasn't really seen a pitch.
Hasn't really seen the pitch.
Hasn't
no.
even seen a bench for God knows how long. And if I was,
Who's
if
he
that
playing
was-
for?
I think he's still at Chelsea, or did he go?
I don't know where he is now.
He was at Chelsea, and then let's have a look, shall we?
That's the last time I heard Danny Drinkwater's name. I can't remember. I know he was at Burnley, wasn't he? And then got sent back.
Hold on, I should know that really, but drink. I'm pretty sure he was still at Chelsea, or did he get? Oh, current team Reading FC, so he finally went there. Okay, but it's irrelevant really because when he was at Chelsea, he never saw the
He
pitch.
never saw the pitch, no.
Not even the bench. So
Yeah,
again,
great
that's a waste,
potential,
you know.
yeah.
And now he's gone from playing Premier League. Now he's dropped down to Champions. Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
think when
yeah.
and he was a good player at Leicester.
There's a few like that, isn't there? Even when they made the move to City, the likes of who's the kid that was at City and then went to Celtic? Used to go out to Coronation Street.
Oh,
You mean, of course.
striker.
No, I know who you're talking about.
Wide player, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Could everyone just shush? Because I actually saw him the other day. Oh my God, Scotty Sinclair.
Scotty Sinclair. There you
Scott
go.
Sinclair, well done.
Yeah, well done. So that was great.
Sorry, I
knowledge
was like, I'm sure. I was like, how can I not get this?
there. And the geezer that played for Sunderland used to play for Everton.
What one? Used to play for Everton.
Used to play for Everton. Ended
I
up
know,
going City and then Sunderland.
Yeah. Was at Man City as well,
Yeah.
wasn't
Rodwell.
he? Rodwell,
Jack
what a player he was when a
Yeah.
young kid.
There is certain the big move just isn't for them and their careers go down the pan.
Yeah, exactly. But I think if I was a player, it depends on what you want to achieve. You don't go to a top club just because you want to play for the top club because you're going to end up on the bench. You go for a club that you know you can be one of the main guys at,
Yeah.
and then you can actually probably push them higher and then push yourself higher in the league and then start to win trophies. And I don't think a lot of them have that guidance at the time. But again, it all depends on what you want as a player. Do you want to be the big ego that has, you know, you're the best, you know, you're at the top club, or do you actually want to really improve, you know, and
I think that's a lot to do with it, attitude. I think that is
100%
huge...
United's issue, and I'm not. Maguire's separate issue because I don't think he should have been given the captaincy in the first place. But the issue at Man United, there's too many huge egos and big names in that team all playing together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, for instance, if you look at Chelsea and Arsenal, for instance, or Saka, Smith Rowe, what's he called, the guy that was on loan at Bournemouth who really wants more time, and Nketiah, they all want to play. Mason Mount wants to play. Reece James really wants to play and win stuff. Ben Chilwell wants to play and win stuff. I don't really see any of that at Man United. I just see a load of big names that want to all have the limelight, and that's the really difference there, and that will bring you down, and your confidence will go. And once your confidence goes in the Premier League, you just start dropping points. ran over.
And listen, if you don't start playing well, look at Dele Alli. You know what I mean? England mainstay, wasn't he, in the World Cup 4 years ago?
That's top to bottom, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know what's happened.
I know what's happened.
You do?
Don't care.
Don't care. Yeah.
He doesn't care. There's no way, darling, that he can go. He was one of their main guys when it came out. It was Dele Alli and Harry Kane at one point.
Yeah.
And it's just not. It's just, you know, the fall from grace from him.
Cristiano Ronaldo said it. Talent without work is nothing.
Yeah,
and that is 100% true. You cannot have one without the other. And I think a lot of these footballers they get into this thing, and it's not about what they wear and stuff. Where they get too caught up in the lifestyle and that. And if that's what they want to do, that's fine. But you know, I think not having that mentoring, that you know, I suppose I'm financially stable now. If I was earning the money I'm earning now when I was 15, I wouldn't be responsible.
Yeah, of course.
I wouldn't be. And I've got to remember, they haven't even, I mean, I started off working in bloody Sainsbury's, for instance, for 4 years. Major fucking humbling experience because it was one of the worst jobs you can have. Yeah. So I think you go through those things and you get treated a certain way, and that makes you more humble and more...
appreciative.
And mature. I don't think they ever have that. They never have to go to a normal job because most of them, unless you're the odd one, you play football from when you come out of school, no? And that's your academy and whatever else, and that's all you know?
They used to have the sort of YTS scheme, so that would be, they would take them and make them do odd jobs around so they appreciate what they're doing, like sweep the stands and everything else, clean, I don't know whether they still clean boots, you know, things like that, to teach them a bit of discipline. They get assigned to a player. I can't remember if they just scrapped it or it was made illegal or something because they was giving them such little money for doing it and less than minimum wage or stuff.
I think I don't know if it was Ronaldo. One of the bigger players now said when he was, you know, a young player coming up through the ranks, he he looked up to the, like, you know, for instance, John Terry would look up to the Gianfranco Zolas and, you know, all of that sort of stuff. Now the young players don't care. They're on 200 grand a week. They don't want to listen to whoever's, you know, achieved what they are. You have to have that specific work ethic. Yeah. And I think Mason Mount has that. I think Saka 100% has that. I think Declan Rice 100% has that. But again, there's very few in between. And I think as it goes on, others sort of like, you know, just drop off.
Yeah.
And it's sad, really.
With the talent, as you say, Ronaldo said, talent without hard work is nothing.
It's true. It's both.
I saw the most talented player that I've ever seen play for West Ham, and he's now playing in the Championship. And that was Ravel Morrison.
Wow.
He was unbelievable.
Robinson,
talent.
the mixed race guy.
Morrison, yeah. Ravel Morrison. Yeah, absolutely unbelievable. Man United, then to West Ham, was unreal for us.
I thought you said Robinson, but yeah.
Robinson, no, Ravel. It's my accent, sorry. Ravel Morrison. He was fantastic, but he should be playing for England now. Yeah. But he's playing in the Championship. You know, it's just.
But I think there's also other players, right, that could have been in the Premiership.
He's at Derby now, isn't
he? Yeah.
My ex-boyfriend, for instance, he got injured. And just, you know, you just drop the leagues. You have to depend on.
Sorry, who's your ex-boyfriend?
I can understand if you get injured.
One of the one.
Oh, you don't want to tell.
One that will be non-names, but yeah. But you know. My point is that you could be Championship, get injured for a couple of years, and you can go down.
Yeah, of course.
And there could be some players that actually weren't as good as you at that point, but they haven't got injured, so they've now pushed themselves up. You know, it's all again, it's all a bit of a bit bitchy football, really, but. You know, there's a lot of things that come into it, but I think the three things are hard work, a bit of luck along the way, 100%.
Yeah,
you need a bit of luck.
Luck is there because you've got to stay injury-free. You know,
imagine you get a manager that doesn't like you, but another manager sees something in you that he actually really likes. Depends who you get, and you've got to overcome all those obstacles. But at the end of the day, if you get past that stage where you get somebody who sees what you see in yourself, you're and you're talented. If you don't work hard, that's it. You're done, really.
Yeah,
quite quickly.
I've got a super chat. I'll come back to that in a second. Just quickly on the football. First half, what did you think? Is anyone
let's
impressed?
Get back to that. We had a very, very serious, deep convo there. I thought we started off really shaky, really slow. I think Switzerland came out, and this Mbolo player is very good. I think they came out and they sort of almost shocked us a little bit. And I think Gareth Southgate was looking at it a bit like, oh, what we're going to do here? And we just weren't quick enough on the ball. We weren't pressing them. And then I think towards probably only those last 7 minutes, really, we really started to pick up the pace and put some pressure on them, and eventually got the goal. Good communication between Mount and Shaw, who was going to take the shot. And yeah, thought it was impressive.
Not really, no one that's really impressed. I think Ben White's been superb at the back.
Oh, shut up, Lee. What is wrong with you? Oh, sorry, great saves from
Saka's
Pickford.
been brilliant. Smith Rowe been excellent.
A clean sheet from Ramsdale.
Great saves from Pickford, by the way.
No, I think Ben White's done okay. The defence hasn't really a lot to do. But where I've been a little bit disappointed is that Switzerland sort of controlled it in midfield. I think they've dominated in midfield, if I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Xhaka's done, played really well in there. And so we've not really dominated that, which you think we might have got something from that. Up front, we haven't. You can't really blame the forwards because they're only as good as their service, and they ain't had a lot, have they?
No, it is an experimental side.
Yeah.
I think Walker Peters has done really well. Kane's been awful, to be quite honest with you. But again, it's about the service, isn't it? I think the five at the back's looking a bit dodge. Pickford's been very good.
He has impressed Pickford. You've got to say that. He's made 3 really, really good saves in that game.
Who do you want to see come in second half? Do you want to see any substitutes? I think inevitably we're going to see some.
Yeah, going to see some. I think try and keep it as it is. Keep Conor Gallagher on, see what he can do in there. I wouldn't mind seeing Mitchell come on at left back, see what he can do. I'm always one, Jude Bellingham. I like him. I like to see a little bit more of him coming in, and Jack Grealish coming on, just to see what he can do as well. Would be another one that I'd like to come on really.
Football Style says Jude Bellingham is the guy.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I think do you know what? He's got everything going for him. He's got pace, he's got power. He's good on the ball.
He's young.
He's young. He's got everything that you want from a midfield player. So, what I do like about him is it seems like he's
Get into the Champions League, Lee. A little cheeky for him, maybe.
Well, I'd love him to go to Arsenal. Just imagine him going inside that midfield with Partey and the young guns that we've got. That would be really, really good. But
good young team at Arsenal at the moment, isn't there?
We've got some really, really good young players, and if we can keep it going, people will want to come and join in with that, like the Band of Brothers sort of mentality, young kids coming through. So, this next month for Arsenal is massively important. I look at other teams.
How important is it to your transfer policy now, Lee, that Arsenal do get into the Champions League?
Yeah,
because it's been a long time, hasn't it, Champions League? It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's big. It's big. We need to get back in there. I think that Not because it's a little bit of a myth. You won't attract players. You're always going to get players. You know what I mean? But I think that we need to really, if we're going to kick on, we've got to attract some real top young players as well. See, and Champions League does that. When people say, "Oh, Jude Bellingham won't go to Arsenal," well, he went to Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
He was playing for Birmingham at the time, though.
He was playing at Birmingham at the time, but and good luck to him. He's gone over there and chances are. But it'd be. I think if you're a young player at this moment in time, this is how I would look and go. Well, look what's happening at Arsenal. There's something happening there. All young players, all been given an opportunity and getting a chance. So I wouldn't mind a little bit of that myself. So there's that little mentality, especially if you've got Champions League football as well. So as I say, I think it's a massive month for Arsenal. We have got, I don't care what anybody says, some of the most exciting young English players about. Smith Rowe at this moment in time has not been a guaranteed starter, and I can tell you he's quality.
Which of all these young Arsenal players have got the best chance of making it into the starting lineup for the World Cup? Saka.
Yeah, I think Saka's a starter. For me, I'm not being biased when I say this because I am a football person as well. I just really enjoy watching.
What's his attitude been like since he missed the penalty?
Been brilliant. You wouldn't even know. He takes on players. He gets kicks. He's got great skills. He's a little bit more, what I would say, direct with his play now. He's a little bit more ruthless than what he was last season. I just think he's only 20 years of age. And he's really, last season, I'm going to say it now, he carried Arsenal, carried the football, carried a club like Arsenal on his shoulders. This season he's had a little bit more contributions from other players, but I just think that he is just a quality player.
How about Chelsea, Sophie? What Chelsea players do you think have got the best chance of starting in the World Cup?
I hope Reece James does. I don't think Ben Chilwell will, purely because I think he'll stick with Luke Shaw, and I also think Ben Chilwell probably won't be back to his, full fitness for quite a while. I think he'll start coming on the odd game for Chelsea to start with. Depends how quickly he recovers, obviously. But again, it will be, who wants it more? Lee, we were saying when you were off the stream, like, there are just some players and some, like, younger English players that want to play more. And I can name ones from, each different team. So it is tough. It's like a lot of competition, to be honest.
I think there are a few dark horses as well to be, especially when we're talking about the forward line and how many options we've got. Because look at Jared Bowen. I think Jared Bowen was set to be called up to this one.
He was set to be. He's done very, very well at West Ham. And listen, injuries curtail other players. Look at Calvert-Lewin at Everton. He was a definite starter, or not even a starter, but scored definitely in the squad. All of a sudden, he's out of it. People like, as we said, Rashford and Bowen, has continued to play really, really well. The good thing about Bowen is that what I think he's done at West Ham this season is that he's added a string to his bow by playing down. When they've had to give Antonio a rest, they've put him into there and he's done a job. So that you think, well, we can play two different positions. So that'll give him something to
Statistically,
go.
I think he's one of the top English players in the league this season. I think he would have been in this England squad if he hadn't got injured. It's a shame he has. But, when you look at the likes of Saka being included in the Euro squad, that was a bit of a shock. Maybe we could get a few shocks.
I want to see Conor Gallagher playing for the World Cup.
Yeah,
based on what I've seen today, even, he's a fast player. I like him.
I think he's got a massive summer for him, what he does in the summer.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you why, because if he goes back to Chelsea and don't get a game, and then you've got the World Cup coming up a couple of months later, that could be a bad thing for him. Or does he go on loan again? I don't know how long he's got left of his contract. Does he go on loan again from Chelsea, or does he insist on a permanent move? Now, no disrespect to Crystal Palace. I think it's a very, very good club for him to whatever. But if he's going to go permanent, I would expect him to be looking at Champions League football, teams like that, but
also he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to go to a team where he gets pushed out, like you say.
No,
he's too good for that. Yeah.
I like seeing him at Arsenal. If he's not going to play at Chelsea, I'd like to see him at Arsenal.
Can he go on loan at Palace again for say till December? That way he can guarantee himself.
Yeah, he could do,
Then he can guarantee himself, sort of.
I was going to ask that. I've got a super chat to read out, and I will read it out at AFC Max. But I was going to say that there are so many big talents at Chelsea that players like Gallagher are going to find it tough to hold down the starting place.
People are thinking when Conor Gallagher comes back, he may replace or be
Jorginho.
Kante?
No, I was going to say Pulisic.
Pulisic.
But that's just what I've heard. I don't necessarily get. I think Pulisic has. The thing is with Pulisic is he can come up and score in those big games, even if he doesn't play.
More of a wide player though for Chelsea, isn't he?
Huh?
More of a wide player.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. But I mean, that's what people were saying. That's what Chelsea fans were saying. So I was like, okay. I mean, don't really get it. Whatever.
I think he's a good box-to-box midfield player. I think that it'd be.
He won't. The thing is, though, Kante even Tuchel's very good with Kante in the way he uses him. So yeah, that could be a possibility because he uses Kante to come on when he wants to basically shut up shop now.
Yeah.
And then we know we're going to win the game because no one's going to get past Kante. So yeah, Jorginho, maybe.
Jorginho, yeah, he was terrible last night.
It depends where he's going to play him though, as well.
He's got to be box to box. He's an excellent player. I really like him. I'd like to see him at West Ham. If we could get him on loan, I'd love to see him at Gallagher.
Yeah, that'd be a hell of a move.
I don't know what's happening with Chelsea at the moment. Chelsea can't afford to keep everybody on the wages that they've got. They've
got 30 million quid, and that don't go very far in football, does it?
Yeah.
But we will see.
All things, if it was different, and this whole Rush thing hadn't have happened, 100% Conor Gallagher would have been recalled.
AM says nobody can get past Kante, in quote marks, except Martinelli.
Yeah, right.
Let me just read out these super chats really quickly. AFC Max, I just saw your bench options, Sterling, Grealish and Judon, Mountain, Foden and Gallagher. Was there any substitutes? I didn't see that.
No.
Mountain, Foden and Gallagher off, and to go back to four at the back, and Ramsdale and Saka for me, Lee, for the World Cup. Let's not forget, PS, the super chat before, Nicky. Let's go back to the super chat before. I'm just going to get it back up. AFC Max, sorry, Nicky, question for the group, unrelated question. What is your favourite food?
Oh, I like this question. I love food. My favourite food is olives.
I love olives.
I eat 8 jars a week. I'm not.
8 jars of olives.
No, I'm not joking you. I've got like an olive cupboard. Everything, all my stuff is all lined up in specific bits. I've got my super noodles on one bit in case I have an off day, and my sauces, and then I've got all my olive jars here. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 in each row, so 12 jars. And normally every 7 to 10 days I restock.
One of the sort of Middle Eastern market traders, and they've got an olive store, all the different olives.
Oh yeah.
And that's spending 60 quid on fresh olives.
I
and
love
I don't know how I spent it. I just had bags and bags full of them. They are
love it.
Wonderful. I love them.
Kalamata olives are my favourite. You know who does good green olive actually though? Nando's. They do lovely olives. Oh, I could do with a Nando's right now. You're making me hungry. Who asked that question?
AFC Max. What's your favourite food, Lee?
Hungry, babe.
Favourite food?
Sweet and salty popcorn by the looks of it.
Yeah. Well, anything while I'm hungry.
Nothing left of the bag.
A burger.
I
A
do
good
like
burger.
Do you? See, I do like burgers, but I've got to be in the mood. And when I'm in the mood, I could just down about 10 of them. But it's not something I would eat all the time.
I'm an old school geezer.
Steak and kidney pie.
I like shepherd's pie.
I love a shepherd's pie.
Yeah, shepherd's pie for me. It's been my favourite food for donkeys.
I used to tip gravy on all mine. I'm a bit of a weirdo.
Do you think England will win the World Cup? I think we've answered this, haven't we? And
I think they come close.
No, do we replace Gareth? We've definitely.
No, but I
answered
do
that.
think a lot of it rests on who he picks and how decisive he is in this. You know?
Yeah.
I do think a lot of it, because we've got the talent, we know we have. We've got loads, they're all on the bloody bench as well.
Oh, ice cold.
Good Connor.
Pie and mash. Have you ever had proper pie and mash?
I don't
See,
like
I don't like pastry.
You don't like the pastry?
Don't like pastry.
I like steak and kidney pie. Steak and kidney pie, chips and beans instead of mash though.
Someone says AFC Max spending his savings.
Have you ever had mashed baked beans and fish fingers? That's fucking brilliant, that is.
I've had something called a corned beef hash. You ever had that?
I like corned beef hash.
Yeah. That was
I
weird.
love all
but I
food,
remember-
and I'll eat anything. The only thing I don't like, and this will really surprise you, and everybody knows, I do not like pasta.
Oh,
Pasta?
I love
I do not
pasta.
like pasta.
How'd you say it?
Pasta.
Pasta.
Right, you
Pasta.
you are being discriminative towards where I'm from.
Oh, no, not your pasta. I do
Right.
like a bit of pasta.
jelly deals sound nasty, and I was born in
Oh,
East London.
jelly deal, no way. No
don't
way.
like them,
This is
mate.
how you sound. Unbelievable.
Oh, no.
Unbelievable.
I wouldn't,
No.
Millwall Rob says, Nicky, would you ever have a pint with a Millwall fan in Bermondsey? It depends what his intentions were, mate, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
If he's going to bash me in the head after, no, probably not.
met some Millwall fans.
My best mate's a Millwall fan. One of my best mates.
I think they were going to Stoke. And we was going to Aston Villa a couple of weeks ago.
It sounds like
And you
Football
think,
Factory,
Oh,
Lee.
no, straight away you think, oh no, Millwall are here, like, you know what I mean? It's going to be nice as pie, good guys. So you can only say as you feel, can't you?
Do you know what? I've got... through. Is he offside?
It looks offside.
Linesman hasn't raised his flag. He has now.
Why do they wait until the last minute if they know it's offside?
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
I've got a newfound respect for Millwall, actually, because there was a little girl, she sadly passed away, that West Ham fans were fighting for years to try and save. She had the same sort of cancer as Bradley Lowry, and they'd done so much for her, to raise money for her and to try and save her life. But I've got newfound respect for Millwall
Nice,
fans.
yeah.
Does Lee have an OnlyFans? Says God. I think he
You wish
has.
he did. I bet he has got one on the sly actually. None of
No,
us know about.
I haven't. No,
He's got fans only, hasn't he?
I've been asked to go on a porn film.
Every time I
film,
tell Lee about my OnlyFans, he starts talking about, well, you know, like fans only. I'm like, Lee, we've had this conversation
Fans
1,000
only.
times. Go on.
I have volunteered to be
God.
Sophie's cameraman a couple of times, but she hasn't like. She
Harry
says
Kane nearly then.
Yeah, she changes the subject straight away like that. She says,
No, you need to
yeah,
make a good
she can be the
save.
cameraman, but then it never happens.
He's well on side. I don't know what that defender was doing.
Well, the keeper came. Did that hit him smack in the face? I think it smacked him in the face. Look. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh no, he
good
saved
save.
it luckily. Yeah.
Sire says
Go on, Mace.
to Sophie, if Ricketts buys Chelsea.
Good cross. Good cross.
Oh!
Fuck.
Chelsea would be in a difficult situation from what I see from Ricketts' sport franchise history.
Well, yeah, we don't want the Ricketts in charge.
Oh,
I don't know too much about them. I've only heard that they're not.
Get in
they're
then,
not
get
good.
in.
Earth Extremity says,
They got
ask Sophie if
Cronky's brother, they
Ty...
can have him.
Who?
Cronky's brother, they can have him.
Ask Sophie if Ty has appeared on her OnlyFans channel.
No.
No, but she's asked him to.
He would. He definitely would. A bit of push.
Yeah, he's up for it, he is.
God says I'd buy Lee's OnlyFans.
There you go.
There you go, you got 1 subscriber, mate.
We've done a thing, a show in the back of a cab, like taxi driver, like, you know what I mean? And then I had...
Was it you?
yeah, me and Sophie. And I had
What?
I had fake taxi, like, following me
Yeah.
after. And apparently, like, the people that run fake taxi, I don't know if... For anybody that don't know, anyway...
What is fake taxi? I've never heard of it.
It's
It's an adult...
Adult entertainment show.
show, yeah.
Yeah. In a black
Involving
house.
taxis. Anyway, they're all...
That must be
they're
some
all that
fucking
run it, they're all
taxi.
big Arsenal fans.
Are they?
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. I'm waiting for my invite on set.
Been a bit of a boring start to the second half, I have to say.
Yeah, it's not very exciting, this game, at the moment. No subs, though. I'm
You
surprised
go
with
to an
that.
Italian, right? I had this argument with a few people about Italians. Like, you know, obviously Sophie don't like pasta, so she's out of the equation. Some people go to an Italian and they order a steak and all that, like, and I think, why go to an Italian if you want to have a steak? If you go to an Italian, you have pasta, like lasagna, Italian foods, you know what I mean? You wouldn't go to McDonald's.
And order a salad.
An order, yeah, or an order lasagna.
Well, maybe the
do you know, like when you go Pizza Hut sometimes, they do a lasagna. And why would you eat the lasagna?
I would say this,
You're at
Lee,
Pizza
because
Hut.
as Sophie rightly said, she doesn't like pasta, but
So
she
I
may
would
be
eat
in a
steak
social
if I would-
situation
yeah, where I
where
have
she
to eat.
has to go and she's got to eat because you're not going to sit there
Oh, I get
like a
that. So I
wally.
was just saying it, but like for me, if I go to an Italian, I always have pasta. Like if I want to have a steak, I'll go to
Steakhouse.
steakhouse. Yeah. If I go to a burger place, I'll have a burger.
I did have a lasagna with you at time at the Italian place.
You did, yeah, you did.
But I had a really bloated, terrible stomach pain all night because of that. So definitely won't be doing that again.
No. So your body's not used to it. But do you know what I mean? Like, so going to an Italian restaurant, I'll have the steak.
No, but I do like going to Italian restaurants where they serve a lot of fish and chicken.
Oh yeah. I don't like fish. Do you like fish?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, that was the thing I was
I
going
like
to say.
everything, mate.
But you got to go to a place that I won't eat fish in a
I don't
dodgy
mind-
place. It needs to
we've
be in a really good place.
We
I'll
were
eat fish
talking
from anywhere,
fish
mate.
fingers the other day, right? You were talking about that a little while ago. I remember going to the Arsenal up on the hospitality, and they come up with fish finger sandwiches, and I thought, what the hell?
That is brilliant.
It's
And
nice,
like,
isn't it?
yeah.
That's
And that was
legendary.
quite nice. But like, apparently, it's a very posh sandwich. Fish finger sandwich.
No,
That's what I used
it's
to-
a kids thing as well.
Hey,
Lots
when I
of
was
kids
a
eat-
little one, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Well,
that's
I've
not a
never
posh
ever
thing.
had it in
I
a
don't
sandwich.
think they probably weren't Captain Birdseye though, if I'm
Yeah, a
honest.
bit of a northern thing maybe as well.
What's your go-to sandwich? If you've got to go, you know, you can have any sandwich. What would you go for in the filling?
I try not to eat too much bread because it makes my tummy upset. But I'll say I do love.
I think you're going to go for something right exotic, aren't you?
No, I love a tuna cucumber in Pret. In
Tuna.
Pret only. Or I do love Marks and Spencer's used to do this sandwich that was ham, egg, and like lettucey stuff, and that was gorgeous.
Rocket, I think that is.
It was like a roll, and then they've discontinued it now. I'm
I'll
very
do
upset.
like an egg and tomato sandwich, you know what I mean?
Oh, what?
Do you mean, oh, what? Like, it's just bloody
You like
tuna.
an egg and
Oh,
tomato
what?
sandwich?
Declan's coming on.
Declan's coming
egg
on.
and tomato.
Yes,
I do-
Declan.
yeah,
What's the point in
I-
having an egg and tomato sandwich?
So Sterling,
Yeah, I quite like
egg and tomato.
Yeah.
Well, okay, my favourite is
I
actually
like
ham and
anything.
cheese.
I do like except like some people.
Ham and cheese is
Oh, I
decent.
can't stand egg sandwiches, like, you know.
The
I'm
ham
going
and
to a
cheese one
party
from
tonight,
Sainsbury's is lovely.
Happy birthday, Marie. Anyway, it's her birthday today, and she does a wicked egg sandwich. So I'm hoping that she. I don't know because it's her birthday.
Listen,
whether
I'm not a
she's made
fussy
them or
eater.
whatever.
If it's not pasta, I'll eat anything. Come
Go
on,
on.
come on, go on, Connor.
Kane?
Come on.
No,
Ow.
terrible. I like sausage.
Sausage.
A sausage sandwich
Sausage
is
sandwich.
gorgeous.
More than the bacon?
A good sausage. You've got to have a good sausage. You can't have them like
There's this
Richmond sausages or anything
no,
like that.
No, there's this cafe that I order them from at home, and it's just pure. There's no herbs or anything in it. It's a proper sausage, like
Just
a
a
northern
proper sausage, yeah.
and they are amazing.
Yeah, good
And I had to stop
sausage.
ordering them. Apparently, I spent
Too
19.
much sausage.
Oh.
You can't have too much sausage.
Can't have too much sausage.
No, since they opened, I had Uber Eats and Deliveroo come up and they tell you now how much you've spent. I've spent £1,900 with that cafe since I discovered them.
Goodness.
I was like, shit.
Talking about sausage, in the old Wimpy they do the bender.
Yeah.
What, sorry?
You never had one?
The
At
bender, no.
Wembley?
Wimpy.
Wimpy.
Oh, Wimpy. That was-
Wimpy's is it?
I do
That's
a
not
ben-
open anymore, is it?
Yeah, there's a few.
Yeah, there's a few.
Is there?
Wimpy bender. When you run around my way again, you can go. I'll take you for a bender.
I used to love Wimpy when I was
Like,
really
you know
young.
what I mean? Oh, I can't. Oh, I absolutely love them.
Listen, let's put it all down to the fact that we're all going to be very obese when we're older. By the way, we're talking.
Older.
I am. I'm like, shh.
My days are now gone. Can't train no more, and I think like so.
No, you can have an operation on your legs. Stop being a baby and you'll
I'll
be
be
fine.
piling on the pounds.
Oh, where was that going though? See, I think we're really trying here, but we're not really threatening them in any way, are we? A little bit sloppy.
Well,
Who's
here
coming
comes
on?
some changes
Declan,
now.
Sterling,
Grealish, Sterling,
Rice.
Rice.
Didn't see who the other one was. Was it the left back?
Maybe. How many subs have we been able to make in this then? 5? It seems as if.
I think it's as many as you want in it, in a friendly.
Maybe, yeah.
25. Roll on, roll off if you want. Switzerland coming forward again here.
Who was that going to? Oh,
Let's
okay.
put it over to the right back. He's taken on Shaw. Gets a cross in, but
Corner.
blocked out for a corner.
Mbabu, not been too bad since he's
Malcolm
come on.
Glover says, do you like Cayman cider?
No, I don't like any cider.
Cider. I
I
Cayman
don't mind
cider.
a strawberry.
I like Copperberg. That's
Copperberg,
yeah.
that's
Like
all right. Yeah,
kiwi and,
but I don't like pure cider, like a
No,
strong
I'm
or
not.
something.
No. From your way, I'm surprised.
I
Very
don't like
famous
cider.
down there in the old Devon. Is it Devon? Or
What is?
Cider and all that? No. The old apples.
If you're-
Oh,
I
Not
thought that was a
really.
cider. No, Somerset, isn't it? Somerset. You're not far from Somerset, are you?
An hour and a half.
No.
Right, that's it. I'm not speaking to you anymore. You've had too many beers. Someone take the beer. Producers, take the beer off of Lee.
Cider.
You are not good, Lee.
there's a round of applause for someone there. They've laid out a shirt on the bench. Who is that for?
Lee.
Huh?
Lee, are you glad 3 of the 4 players, Arsenal players, who was in the squad are now home watching the game?
You
So
will.
the injuries, have they done you a favour, mate?
Well, look, listen, I'm not going to lie. You know, if Saka's going to get COVID, this was the time to get it, wouldn't it? Really, like, you know. So I'm happy about that one. Ramsdale, yeah.
Well done,
listen,
Connor.
I would have liked to see Ramsdale play, if I'll be honest. Ben White is obviously there, and Smith Rowe is actually at the game, isn't he? So, do you know what? It's great that we've got, for the first time in a long while, we've got some England interest. And
Yeah.
I think that all 4, if they carry on, will all go to the World Cup. Whether they're all starting or not is a different thing, but we'll have 4 of them in there.
I think business is about to pick up here. England are getting a little bit serious. Walker Peters is off. Sterling is on.
Oh, well, Walker Peters can be pleased with his
He
performance.
was good today, yeah.
That
And
was-
I felt like he got forward a lot as well, at the right times.
Gallagher
Grealish.
went off. I think
Oh, Mason's
Shaw
coming
went
up.
off. And Mount's coming off.
Yeah. I think, like, you know, you won't be seeing too much of Mason Man in the England shirt now.
Just shut up, Lee.
Mill Rob says, Nicky, if we get promoted, will you come to the Den? I came to the Den when we was in the Championship, mate, a few times.
Well, Switzerland are also making changes.
Is that actually
Stefan off.
notorious game, West Ham Millwall? And is it still notorious or is it not so
Zakiri.
bad?
It's
now?
naughty.
Still naughty?
It's naughty. I've been there a few times, though.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, it's naughty.
I've never been Millwall. As it happens, a few of the lads invite me into, they have a box up at Millwall and they invited me in there.
I'll tell you what, Lee, you know some people, you.
Yeah.
Didn't you?
Oh, just, you know.
Gets about.
I said, like, you know, so they was meant to invite me in that box. So the Millwall guys, where are you with my invitation?
Malcolm Glover says, what about Dixon's cider?
No cider for me.
I wouldn't. I'm not a lover of that strongbow and all that sort of stuff. It's sort of like.
I'm not a really drinker.
I'm
to
a
be honest.
mixed
You wouldn't
fruits
think it,
man.
but I'm not. I like a drink on social occasions, but I'm not a casual drinker.
Do you know, like when it's like in the summer now?
God, they're doing the Mexican wave.
That's how boring it's getting.
Yeah, in the summer, like beers can get cold very quick.
Yeah.
Warm very quick.
Yeah.
Sorry. So that's why I don't mind having a cotton bird, put a bit of ice in it, and it's a much more summery drink.
Yeah.
Did I tell you I'm going to? I'm at the game on Tuesday. Not working.
I've been done. Sorry.
Have you?
Yeah, I've been.
Can I just say?
What have you been done?
Dixon cider.
Dixon cider. Oh, like, yeah, you've been
Guys,
done.
can I just say, Gareth Southgate has
It's
made.
been done with the cider.
No. Gareth Southgate has made all these changes in the 60th minute for once. Why is he not doing that in the normal games?
Because it's a friendly.
It's a friendly, yeah. You don't have to worry about this one.
So listen, someone's just got him.
I got baited.
Why?
Baited.
What happened?
Dixon cider.
Dix insider. She doesn't.
It happens. It's my first time hosting.
Yes,
It was
you
bound to happen.
got caught out. You got caught out there, babe. Don't worry, it happens to the best of us.
Well done.
He
whoever
paid
done that.
he paid £1.79 for the honour though, so thank you very much. I don't mind that.
Only £1.
Yeah, it's all I'm worth. Really.
Oh yeah, outrageous.
Funniest one's when Robbie says Big Dickens. No, I
Listen,
don't.
they've all been done. Every one of them. I'd be done every 5 minutes if I was hosting.
Billy Ferrell D says, Sophie, who would you prefer as the Chelsea owner? Who's your preference?
Oh, that's hard to be fair. I don't know. I mean, I don't like. I don't know how to answer that because
you don't know, do you?
No, because we're all talking about how we don't want any more corrupt money, blah blah blah. But realistically, how are we meant to know where any of their money really comes from? We don't want owners that we know
As a
are
football
no
fan,
good.
though, Soph, do you care where their money comes from?
Yeah, I think everybody does though, but I think that has to be a collective thing. It's no good us saying we care and then nobody else does, so we suffer because of that decision. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I honestly don't know how to answer that. I know there was one guy, he is a tech guy, but I don't think he's made a bid this time. He wanted to buy it. Is it Radcliffe or am I talking total bollocks?
At the end of the day, look, Chelsea have had 19 great years, haven't they?
Oh, what is wrong? You're so jealous, babe.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that
You-
19.
You
great
and Robbie, no listen, shush and mush. You and Robbie and Piers Morgan and every other Arsenal fan, I wish we had known like Abramovich. I could go back and
I'm
find
not
a
saying,
stream.
if I slagged him off, I've just said Chelsea have had 19 great years that they would never have had if it weren't for Abramovich.
It's been a very successful. I was
Unbelievable.
looking at the history, funny enough, in an article before Abramovich, and it wasn't fantastic.
No.
It was in comparison to ours.
But again, though, we're not expecting to get another owner like him, that somebody doesn't want to be repaid for, whatever.
Do you think Chelsea will ever win the league again?
Yes,
What makes
but
you
again,
think? What makes you say that?
I don't know why all the heat is on Chelsea about spending money when Man City have bought the league multiple amonths of times. Like,
Yeah,
it's
because
quite clear.
Chelsea were the first, weren't they?
Well, we won it, but then again, there were some seasons when we didn't win it. City more or less.
Look,
City. This is my issue though with City. They buy incredibly expensive players and seem to just win everything. They never won the Champions League, so I'm a bit like, that was my issue with them. They just spend crazy money every season. I'm not saying Chelsea haven't. I'm just saying that
I think we've.
Jack Grealish for 100 million. Well, we wouldn't do that.
No, you spent it on Lukaku.
Yeah, but that's different.
No, why is it different?
It's different.
It's not different.
I feel
You
it's
spent-
different.
The year before that, you spent 50 odd million on Werner. 75 million on Havertz.
And you've spent money too.
I'm not. We were talking about Man City. You're just saying that Chelsea don't do that, and I'm
Well,
just saying
no,
they
I'm
do.
not saying we don't. I'm just saying that I don't know why Chelsea gets slated for it all the time when there are clearly other teams that spend a fuckload of money as well.
The thing is, with Chelsea and Man City, look,
Money
in
only
my
fades-
lifetime, Man City have never won anything.
Yeah,
until the money come in. And I'll be honest with it, Chelsea were had won a few FA Cups and things like that down the time, but ultimately never really title challengers. Until they were, I think in 2002, I think they challenged for a little while.
I think they'd won.
I started supporting us when we were like mid-table, like eighth or something. Because I remember being in the classroom and I knew that's where we were at the time. So I don't support Chelsea just because of Roman Abramovich came in. I supported them way before. I know you didn't like that. But I do think as well. Now also it's not just the money. Like we have a great manager and we have great youth players as well. We haven't bought the Reece James, the Mason Mounts. They're academy.
We brought through a few good. You had to do it, didn't you?
Even
because
the year we
but
the year we bought Kante, he was the only signing we made that summer. That's one signing, and we won the league that year. So I'm just saying, it doesn't mean just because you buy a load of players, spend a load of money, you're going to win the league all of a sudden. But it does give you a better opportunity. But I'm just saying, there's not really much difference between us and City, and everyone seems to be praising City's fucking left arm every other day. But Chelsea, you spent this much money, I'm like, well, really, why are we getting all the stick?
Because you're more serial winners.
Because we win, yeah.
I think a lot of the money that a lot of the money that Chelsea spend though is not necessarily on players, it's managers, because they
a lot of it's on managers. Yeah,
they get them, they sack them.
But we as fans never wanted that. But I think, again, if Roman didn't want to win, why are you sacking managers left, right and centre? If you wanted to just wash money, allegedly, why are you sacking managers left, right and centre? Because he wanted to win.
You know, you don't put in the money that he's put in without wanting it, you know what I mean? Listen, he was a one-off. The nearest thing that was him was Jack Walker at Blackburn. I know it in a different scale because he'd done it with Blackburn.
I do think
won the league and all that.
I think it started in a certain way and I think it ended in a completely different way. So it started as, he wanted to sort of do business, and I think he grew to love the club.
Yeah,
eventually.
100%. Of course he would, because you would get attached though, and when you start winning stuff and everything, and you get to know the fans and everything. The fans were always really, very nice to him.
Everybody starts somewhere, don't they?
Yeah.
You started with West Ham somewhere along the line. You with Chelsea.
Everyone started from having not a lot, and then somebody along the way, you eventually got a bit of money from somewhere. Everyone at the minute, everybody in that top six has got money. West Ham have a decent amount of money. Arsenal have a load of money. They just don't want to spend it.
We ain't got no money.
You've got a bit of money.
Nah, we ain't got nothing.
Got a bit of money. Just built a new stadium. Well, you didn't buy it.
We didn't buy nothing.
You didn't build it.
Given to us.
Yeah, sorry, that's a lie. Sorry, it's a lie, huh?
Is that right? Rent free and all?
No, we pay rent, mate.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Me and you pay more though.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But we do pay rent.
Isn't that Harry Kane's first header of the game?
Rob, I don't get caught twice, mate. I'm not going to get caught again. So
what's he saying?
I'm not going to say.
Being naughty.
The insider.
How much is the rent at the London Stadium? It's £2.5 million a year, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah, ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Why did you move there? Because don't all West Ham fans prefer the old stadium?
Yeah.
What was it, the bowling?
The bowling, yeah. I think the rent had a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
I think the owners...
You did need something a bit bigger, but I don't know whether the Olympic Stadium is the most...
I think we should have just extended up to...
who was that at a shop there? That was unbelievable. Oh, Ben White.
Oh, you're such a little... We're not coming here to watch you be biased.
Benjamin.
You're biased, Lee.
I would have been... listen, I would have been jumping up if that had gone in.
Good strike. I think it was a move from the owners.
Look at that touch from the centre half.
That thinks that they would extend the brand, not the football club. And they lied to us all to get there. So, although we're doing very well at the minute.
I mean, the thing is, though, imagine in 50 years' time how many teams are going to be bought out and are going to be same as sort of Newcastle,
I think there's a great reset coming, to be honest, in football. I think it's not sustainable the way it is now. The money is ridiculous.
No, I agree.
And I said this when I was on the overlap.
I think it'd be really interesting to see what happens with Chelsea now.
Do you know what? If I'm totally honest, and I know people are going to criticise me for this, right? I think if the clubs that tried to move to the Super League before try and move again, I would let them go, because I just want to see fair football now. You know what I mean? Football needs to get back to its roots, and if these clubs have outgrown it and they want to make billions and billions of pounds. I don't think that's what football should be about. And if they want to go and form a Super League, let them form a Super League and let the great reset start. You know, football is a business now. That's the problem.
Well, unfortunately, it isn't football no more. I agree. Like, it's all about money, innit?
And that's why when we go down to the Championship and things, I don't mind it too much because
Ben White just fouled.
it's back to football.
That wasn't Ben White.
That was Ben White.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
It
Who was it then?
not Ben White that
Who was
fouled
it?
there, like, you know what I mean? Your bias is towards...
No, who was it? Who was
There was
it?
one before him. The
Ben White.
It wasn't. It was fouled before Ben White got involved.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, watch the
You
highlights.
win your
can
case,
watch
Lee.
that, like, you know? Just because there's no Chelsea players on there now.
Al Gawopo says, funny thing is that fans don't understand that the Super League at all. You think it's going to leave the league? No, I know they're not going to leave the league, mate, but I wouldn't let them in the league if they're going to use it as a warm-up game every week.
Well,
'cause that's not going to be their focus, is it?
But that just got called out anyway.
Listen, I'll be very disappointed if anything, if Arsenal was to go in the Super League. You know what I mean? I love the Premier League. I love
Listen,
English
I like-
football. I love it. I love what it's all about.
I used to love going to Blackburn, Ewood Park,
Yeah,
freezing
I love it all,
my socks off. Not even a couple of socks and Ugg boots would stop me from having frozen toes, but it was fun.
I prefer to go to Birmingham, Newcastle, Manchester, than Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Frankfurt or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? I'm saying about the English game, and we've got, you know, the Premier League. It's not as good as what it was, but it's still the best in it. It's a great brand.
The Champions League's going to become the Super League anyway.
Yeah, look at Arsenal, and you know, and Chelsea and West Ham, Tottenham, Crystal Palace. Look at all the North London derbies you have. You know, they're great, aren't they? The passion that you get from them and all that, like, you know.
But let's be honest, with the Super League, I mean, they all tried it. Go on, in the middle. Oh, poor ball, really.
They defended though as well.
Oi.
Does he play right back?
Oh, was
as
that
well,
Ben
then?
White again?
Yeah, he's playing right back now. You know what I mean? Like, you know, people are having a go at him. Like, you know, he's a baller. The boy's a baller.
This is what Lee does when he doesn't know what to say. You know.
You don't play number 14 unless you're a top player.
Honestly.
Johan Cruyff, Thierry Henry.
Grealish to take the corner.
The thing is, though, if all fans were to say we're not going to watch it on TV and we're not going to watch it in the stands until there's fair football play,
Oh,
that was terrible.
they were calling for handball. They're adamant that was handball. He said
All
no,
the way.
but he's going to listen to the VAR, I believe.
No, do you see what I said though?
But Harry Kane, look, he's just so desperate to get a goal, and he's like, I mean, give me a penalty.
Your face
Shut
went.
up,
Your face
Kane.
went again.
Look, there he goes again. Give me a penalty.
That's a
That is a
handball.
handball. That is a handball.
Oh, there is a handball.
That is a
He
He's
doesn't
got his
know where
arm
the
up
ball-
like that. Look,
Yeah, but
watch.
Davy's back towards, you don't even know where the ball
No,
is.
no, mate. If you're doing that, that's a
You
handball.
put your hand in the air.
No way. He's not even looking. He's jumping for the ball
Why has he got his hand up there then?
because he's going like that. You've got to go
Okay,
up.
but in the Carabao Cup final,
You've got to go up.
in the Carabao Cup final, Lukaku was running like this, but he wasn't. His arm
This
wasn't
is-
stopped, but he was running like this. So but his arm was in an offside position.
This is a
Please.
penalty.
If this isn't a penalty, I'm going to be pissed off.
This is a
Because
penalty.
it should be based on the Carabao Cup final. That
That's a
should be a
penalty.
penalty because that is a handball.
That is a penalty. I'll be very surprised if this is
No,
not a
why is
penalty.
that a penalty?
Because he's got his hand up.
got his hand in the air.
You've got to go up. You've got to go up, haven't you?
No,
Right,
was
but
it-
when you're running for the ball, you're asking them to like put the ball through. Lukaku's arm was like this, and they said no, it's offside. So you can't put your arm in those. You have to keep
And
your arms
also,
to
it's
yourself.
about he's headed it onto him.
He's going to have a look. It's definitely a penalty. England have
That
got
to
a
me is a
penalty.
penalty. He's got his arms in an unnatural position.
Lee, I could understand if you're jumping like that, but he's jumping like that.
He's gonna say that's a penalty.
They've got to play it. Definitely a penalty.
No,
100%.
no.
Look,
He's giving
one
that as
look
a penalty.
And he's given a penalty.
Look, he's giving that as a penalty. I know he is. If he doesn't, there you go. There you go. Penalty.
100% a penalty.
You just don't like it because Kane protested. That's all you're on about.
He's not looking at the ball.
I'm going to
It
throw some
should-
popcorn at you in a minute.
You know
He's
what I mean?
not-
Like, I'm not having that. I'm not
Lucas
having-
Francis, that's how he said, he's not looking at the ball. It should not be a penalty.
No, he don't even know the ball's coming.
Of course
to
he
him.
does.
How does he know it's behind him?
He's jumping for his arm. If you don't know where the ball's
I'm
coming,
sorry.
I'm not. I
jumping.
get what you're saying, but that's not the rules that they've imposed this season.
No, that is a
onto his
penalty,
arm.
Lee. I'm sorry. I hugely disagree with you there. You've had all the popcorn.
I know, sorry about that.
He's left me with the little seeds at the bottom.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
You can have them, mate.
Yeah.
But
Harry
like,
Kane
let's have one
take
of
the
these.
penalty. Drum roll, please.
Kane steps up. Lee, you got to celebrate?
I just don't think that is a penalty like that. I mean,
That's
like
definitely a penalty. Kane wants a goal.
Come on, Kane. Come on, Kane.
He's really concentrating. I wonder if he's...
It's a good penalty take, by the way, Harry Kane.
Oh, he nearly missed that one, though.
It's gone in.
But a good
And
penalty.
Lee has not celebrated. Neither am I, to be fair. but
No,
you
it's a
know.
friendly at the end of the day.
Well done. Well done.
2-1 England.
Well done, England. Well done, England. I'm surprised we won this game, to be fair, because we started off very shaky.
I still don't think it's a penalty. What are they saying in the chat? Do they think it's a penalty on the chat? Come on.
It's
Yeah,
mixed.
ask the guys in the
it's
chat.
mixed. His hands are high, so his hands are so high it's a penalty.
Yeah.
That's a penalty all day, says Jean-Rie Nushti. Still rather Kane miss and score, not going to lie. Never a penalty, says King Rodney. That would never be a penalty back in the day. Game's gone soft.
That's what I'm saying. Current VAR
Yeah.
rules would say that's a penalty. Whether we think
I
it or
just
not.
think at the end of the day, he's looking up there. You've got to go up. You've got to. You know what
I
mean? And
know.
he's, you know what I mean? So how do you jump up then? How's he got to jump up?
Like this.
No,
You have to go up with your arm.
Hold your
knows that.
Do
shirt.
it again.
Oh, you're
It's better
fucking...
like that.
Right, that's it. I've had enough of you today. Fucking ridiculous you are. Honestly.
But like, no, serious.
Call him my dad.
Oh, God. Hello,
Hello,
Dad.
yeah, hello, Dad.
No,
Lee and my dad get along. I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah, he likes me.
Yeah, God knows how.
But like, I just, I don't know.
Right,
man.
my prime example though, you know in the Carabao Cup final, Lukaku's goal was rolled offside, even though his arm actually wasn't even offside, but they deemed his arm was because he was running like this.
He was never offside for that goal.
I know, but they said that his arm was in an unnatural position, right? How are you meant to run?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
this? I'm agreeing with what you're saying,
Yeah.
but in the current rules, they're saying that's what it is. So,
I start running like this, leaning back.
To jump up, you've got to have leverage, so you've got to use your arm. I just
No,
think
he
that's
knew that ball was coming.
Ah,
He's put his hand there to make the surface
Yeah.
area clear. But they got back on the attack again. He's put his arm up there to make the surface area smaller, so he can't get the ball past. He knew what was going on. He's not going to know the ball's going to hit his arm, but he's put his arm there on purpose.
shall we see what Twitter says?
Yeah. Myron Head says Lee is legendary, man. Love him for Lee at the minute.
Yeah, thank you very much. I just, you know, I just want football. You know, I look at it and I just think, like, what's fair? Listen, if that was Arsenal, I'd be going penalty. You know. I don't know.
I'll be honest, that's a definite penalty, mate.
I didn't think so. But football, that's just where football's changed now, though, isn't it? It has changed.
It has changed, yeah. They keep on changing the rules, mate. You've got to go by what the rules are at the moment. There's not a lot of... I don't think they leave a lot of... what's the word? Leverage now for referees to make their own minds up. Do you know what I mean? There's not a lot of thinking room there.
Says here, Harry Kane converts an emphatic. What is wrong with me today? Harry Kane converts an emphatic penalty. 49th goal for England. Joint second with Sir Bobby Charlton. Only Wayne Rooney ahead on 53 goals.
He's definitely breaking that.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, what a touch from Ben White.
Oh, that's fantastic. Chipped it in. Back post. Oh.
What is wrong with you?
What?
You are the most biased person I've ever had on this
Said nothing
sofa.
wrong. What have I said wrong now?
You are biased, bro.
Beanie, white. Beanie, white.
Sorry, it says, Nicky, read this for Lee. Kroenke built $5 billion for the Ram Stadium. $5 billion if we divide. Arsenal could spend like Chelsea and City in a transfer window without breaking financial fair play.
Yeah, they can do, but they choose not to. Oh.
Sean Parks says he's done it again, that Harry Kane.
Who said that?
Harry Parks.
Well done, Harry. Was you named after him, was you?
Sean Parks, yeah, he's done it again, Harry Kane, the dirty.
Oh,
The dirty thing. Lee's mouth just goes
I hate him.
like a doggy.
Oh, it's putting it
England,
through.
we want three. We want three. We want three. We want three.
Has the substitutes made a difference?
Yeah,
I think they
slightly,
have.
Bit more solid.
Yeah, I think that they
A bit more
have,
dominant. Yeah.
A little bit more. Yeah, exactly. We've more
the
control of the
ball well.
game now, haven't we?
I think they definitely have.
I think they've made a few changes.
I think
now as
White's
well,
been
haven't
really good at right back, to be honest.
they? Well, this could be a thing. See, playing Benny White at right back and Saliba at central
great play.
defence. Put the Benjamin in,
Great
will ya?
cross.
That's a foul.
Kane tried the volley. Given a free kick. What's given a free kick there for?
I think a foul, wasn't it? It was a foul. Oh, Jude. Hey, Jude.
Hey, Jude.
Let's have a look, see if I thought it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a foul.
Tyrick Mitchell as well came on. I think they've done well. Why are none of them playing with their names on their shirts?
They never do.
Do
in
they
the
not?
friendlies. No, no.
What's that about then?
I don't know. Just a choice, I suppose. I think it's because the team's so interchangeable.
Yeah.
So they want to start with the 1 to 11 in friendlies. I don't know why. Maybe it's just tradition.
Yeah.
So the likes of like Stones, who dropped out of
Yeah, it
the
was 6
team, he
minutes.
was number 6. Yeah, they just hand the shirt to.
He couldn't
White.
do that. Old John Stones bombed down the right wing, right back position like certain players today.
I want 3 goals. I would
I don't
love.
really know.
I would love one more goal to make this complete.
Ain't been a bad game, is it really? Or you know,
It's been all right.
Or
It's
has
been
it
quite
been our
enjoyable.
fantastic conversation
I
that's
think
got us through
I
this
think it's the
game?
company that's made the game.
Yeah,
to
do
be
you think
honest.
the company's made the game?
No, it's just had spells of when it's gotten a little bit dull, a little bit boring, and the play's been, and especially at the start, the play was really slow.
Someone says it's for dementia awareness.
England play without names on
Oh.
their shirts for the second half.
In support
so
of
they had
Alzheimer's
one in the
Society.
first half.
Oh, I did see the Alzheimer's Society.
I never knew that.
on the banner.
I,
So
I never noticed that they had them.
They had their names on in the first half, but didn't in the second.
Oh wow. Well, big up England.
I like that. Yeah.
For Alzheimer's Society, that's quality, isn't it? Did I tell you I'm at the game Tuesday in the box? Did I tell
Told
you
us,
that?
Lee, yeah.
Oh, did I say sorry about that?
Your business class, are you up there?
Champagne reception.
Will you ever
How-
invite
how-
us?
Send you a photo, Nick.
And
Yeah,
Lee, how are
please.
you winging that at this time?
Oh, through my mate Julian. You know Julian?
Julian. Yes, I've met Julian. Yeah.
Julian.
I see. Yes.
He knows some people. He does.
Yeah.
I'm wishing you well, Julian, if you're watching this today, because he's been in hospital.
Well, Julian, Arsenal fan, Julian.
Get
Come
better
to in
soon,
sometime.
Julian.
Oh, yeah. He knows a lot of people, mate.
Yeah,
he was
he
telling me
does,
some
yeah.
stories.
Yeah. He's had to have an operation. Like, I don't know have I told you I've got to have an operation on my knee.
Yes, we discussed that
I've
already.
told, yeah.
You've had too many beers, Lee. You know you're not a good drinker.
So is it.
Lee is a terrible drinker, everybody, and he's had 2 beers, and we've already
2 beers.
we had a huge conversation about your knee and how it needs to have an operation,
Did
and
I?
you've
I
forgotten
can't remember
already.
that.
Mill Rob's still trying to get me
If you
with
go,
these.
like, was it that go fund me, go fund Lee's operation, you know.
Fans
You don't
only.
need. You don't know. Yeah, you don't need. You can start your OnlyFans. You don't need to go fund me.
Go,
Get off your
OnlyFans.
ass and do some work.
What else can you do on OnlyFans? What can you do?
I'm
What
gonna
can
have a
you do on
conversation. I'm
OnlyFans?
Makeup, musician,
Mate, yeah, there you go.
chef.
Show me knee.
You could do football content on there actually, and you'd probably make a decent amount of money. You ranting and raving. People
I'll
would
have to
love
look
it.
into
You
that
could
then,
do
'cause I need to
pictures
pay for my
of you
operation.
pointing and laughing at Tottenham fans. I reckon people would pay money for that.
Absolutely.
I'll do some nude interviews.
Nude interviews. It doesn't all have
I
to be
need
nude,
to
mate.
pay
I
for
don't
my
think-
operation. I'll just
Teaching?
hold the mic.
Lee, producers, Richard, get Lee off the beers, okay? Get him off the beers. He's had enough. One too many.
Cross. Oh,
Bang.
Oh.
too much time there. Way too much
Wow,
time.
I thought that was going in
Wow.
then. I literally thought that was going in.
Millwall Rob's still trying to get me with the bait. I'm not going to say Phil McCracken, Rob. I know what that means.
Harry's coming off.
Just looking said I would pay money for that, the laughing and pointing, not the interviews. Diogo Yosa Texeria da Silva says I'd pay a couple of quid to hear Sophie say babes.
Hi, babes. Oh, what's his name? Hi, Diogo, babes. Hello, Diogo Jose. Hi, babes. There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Kane off for the last 5.
He's got 2 good knees.
Watkins, Ollie Watkins.
And Watkins. Is that a debut?
No,
Or did he play in the last game,
he's
didn't
been
he?
on before, Ollie.
Yeah.
Ollie, Ollie, Ollie.
Who scored? It was Kane and Luke Shaw.
Well, I'll tell you what, as much as I'm a big Ramsdale favourite and fan, Pickford's done okay in this game here and has
Yeah.
impressed today.
Oh.
I think Ben White's played well as well.
It's getting very boring.
Seriously, he has.
It's getting really, really boring.
He's had a
now.
good game. Who else has played well then? Not really had it. It's not been...
Well, there's actually been a lot more players that have played well. I like Luke Shaw's goal. Harry Kane took a fantastic penalty. Conor Gallagher was very fast on the ball, made some good crosses. Peters was also very good, to name a few.
Oh. There hasn't been really a standout performer though, is there? Would you go along with
Not
that?
really. Who do you think would have impressed Southgate today?
Ben White.
White, yeah, I think White would have
No, I'm a
impressed
bit
him.
serious now. I think
Do
he's
I
done
have to do one of those disappearing acts?
No,
I'm
that's-
serious. You're taking the piss now.
No, I'm not. Seriously, I think he's done well.
No, I think
Pickford has, I think, cemented his... He's been under a little bit of pressure, Pickford, I've got to say that, because I think Ramsdale's been sensational this season, and he hasn't, obviously. So you've been under pressure for this game today, and he's done well.
Ray Orozco says
Oh!
Who was that?
Oh, honestly, I didn't. Was it Ollie Watkins? I can't. Oh, it was. We nearly scored. Shit. In again. Oh, it's terrible. What's he doing? Could have had 3 there.
How can you say you're not going to get baited, Nicky, while saying it? I was saying it to amuse you, mate. You've been typing it 40,000 times in the chat, so I just said it to
I'm pretty sure it was Ollie Watkins, but
humour you.
maybe I'm completely wrong. I couldn't see that chance.
Anyone else agree that Foden and Mount get hyped by being part of a great squad? Imagine if Smith Rowe and Saka played in this match. Would the match have been put away by half time?
Ooh.
Lee's definitely going to say yes.
I definitely think
I'm
Saka
not
being on the
saying
pitch would have made a difference.
I think, you know, if you want my honest opinion, I think that Saka's better than Foden. If I'll be honest, I think Foden's a great player.
I'll be honest, I think in this game, I think Foden and Mount were both poor.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, Mount's time at England is coming to an end.
You're fucking boring, you are. You're really boring me. Seriously.
Seriously,
You're
Dave.
paying for the drinks next time we go out.
Yeah, no worries. Oh, Benny boy, oh, Benny boy. We'll talk Benny White all night.
God. Do you want to marry him or something?
ADZ said Ben White has legit made a mistake which led to a goal. He's been
Who said that?
ADZ. Is it ADZ?
Guys, there's no point trying to argue with Lee. It's like arguing with a
I
dummy.
thought it was a great
He loves
cross,
Ben White,
but he
okay?
might-
He adores him. He
I
can't. He
don't-
could score an own goal and he would say it was a good effort.
Here he is again, Declan Rice, cleaning up everyone else's mess. Come on,
Look at
Rice.
that pass from Ben there, look at that. It's quality.
I had enough of this during the Euros, man. Every
He passed the
England
ball,
game.
Lee.
So who starts on Tuesday for you?
I think Pickford should start again, if I'll be honest. Because I
You
think
wouldn't want to look at anyone else?
it'd be interesting. Like, I think Maguire's going to have to start. You can't have him in the World Cup and then not play, surely. In the squad and not play.
Maguire.
I reckon he'll have to play, wouldn't you?
I think we've had enough of Maguire for one season.
Yeah, yeah. What are you talking about, Lee?
One lifetime.
Well, why is he there then if he's not going to play him?
I don't know why he's there. I honestly,
I don't think Maguire knows why he's there.
Do you want to have a bet that
if I was another England player trying to get in the squad...
Right, Benny boy, get running down, Ben.
What is wrong with you? If I was trying to get into the England squad and I was a defender and I saw that Maguire was even around that camp, I'd be like what the hell? What's going on here?
I'd be interested to see what's going on now.
That's not playing a player based on merit.
I think you do need a bit of England experience in there, though, don't you?
Do you think Harry Kane will start? I'm going to the game on Tuesday, so hopefully he doesn't.
Who, Kane?
No, don't worry.
No, I think Watkins starts on Tuesday, to be honest. Who we got?
Ivory Coast.
Ivory Coast, yeah. I think
Decent
Watkins
side.
will start.
Pepe.
Yeah.
Pepe and Zaha.
Pepe's
They
rubbish.
give France a run for their money the other night, you know.
Yeah, they were a good side. They are a good side. But I think sometimes with when you look at the defence, there isn't an awful lot, because Walker was left out of the squad as well, wasn't he? There isn't an awful lot of experience in there. So maybe the experience plays a part in why they got picked. We've got about 30 seconds left. It looks like England are going to see this one out.
I'll tell you what it does say, though.
Don't let it go now, England. Do not let it go now.
They've got a very, very good squad of players, haven't
Wow, corner in it.
they? No, they've got a very good squad.
Ooh.
Depth of our squad is very, very good.
Yeah, the depth of our squad is amazing, to be quite honest with you. Someone asked me a question, actually. If Mikel Antonio decided to play for England, he can't. He's played for Jamaica many, many times now, but I'll carry on. Do you think he'd get the slightest of look-ins? No. No.
Someone's asked me a question, actually. Sophie, if there were any England ladies players that you could integrate into the men's team, and who would they be? Do you know what? I'm not going to even... hi, Sam. Thank you for your question. I'm not even going to lie. I don't know a lot about ladies football. I need to get more into it. I know Chelsea have a fantastic ladies team. I think it's Emma Hayes that runs it.
Yeah.
I want to say. And I know we have a fantastic
Chance
team.
to go
With
top
really
the league
good
tomorrow if
players.
they win.
Yeah, so...
That's it, all over.
I need to get more into it.
There we go, full-time. England take the spoils.
Woo!
And I'll tell you what, I'll give you a little bit of information. Arsenal and Chelsea are playing in the semi-final of the FA Cup, women's.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe we'll meet up for
We'll
a good old punch-up, Lee.
Yeah, meet up for it and have a punch-up.
Have a punch up with the curry.
Yeah.
Well,
we won't be having pasta, will we?
Definitely not.
Let's get the thoughts of the game. Who was the man of the match for you guys?
Oh, that's a difficult one.
There wasn't really a standout player. Do you know what? I'm going to go with Luke Shaw, just based on the fact that I think his goal sort of changed the game, give a bit of morale to the players, and he was the only player to really take initiative. And I think it was actually really good communication between him and Mount to decide who was going to take the shot.
I'm going for Pickford.
Pickford. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to have to go for Pickford as well. To be quite honest with you, I'll go for
Closely
Pickford.
followed by Benjamin.
White was good. So was Walker Peters was good, but I think just because he played the whole game and he made a few important saves, I think Pickford was excellent, which he doesn't get that many plaudits these days playing for Everton, does he? So
I think that it was a really good performance from him today.
Yeah, solid,
yeah.
I think Walker Peters was really good as well.
Yeah.
I thought he was very good, especially when he was coming forward.
Who's that?
Walker Peters.
Yeah, he done very well.
Yeah.
He done okay as well.
I mean, everyone was okay. Conor Gallagher, I thought as well, was showing sort of what he's about, like very fast paced, proper energetic, really going for it, trying his hardest. But I don't think we'll be able to see the best of him until we see him in the actual team he wants, like, you know, Gareth's proper 11. So yeah, a bit of a hard one. But to be honest, I don't think there was one standout player. It wasn't the best football we've ever watched.
No, it wasn't.
You know what I mean?
It wasn't great, was it? It wasn't great. It wasn't a great performance in the first half. We picked it up a little bit in the second half, but it wasn't dominant.
Okay performance.
Yeah, it was okay. It was
for a friendly. To be honest,
I don't really like picking man of the matches when the football's just average, because it's sort of like, you know,
I quite enjoyed it. I think it's probably more the company, but I enjoyed the game.
Yeah. But you know, a good win for us anyway. I think that'll boost morale. Just the fact that we won, the players will be happy with that. And you know, there's not really much more you can sort of ask from a game like that, really. But the fans seem to be buzzing. they seemed to think it was an important game. The crowd are going pretty wild there. So, and I imagine it was a really good atmosphere.
Don't forget, tomorrow Robbie will be back here covering all of the F1 in a watch along with that. Is it a watch along or a show?
I think it's a watch along.
Is it a watch along?
Yeah, watch
We
along.
love a
It's a
little
watch along.
watch
Yeah,
along.
it's a watch along. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're nearly at 200k, so if you can like and subscribe, please do that. It helps the channel. And share it as well. If you share it, more people see it, and we've got more chance to get to 200k.
Yes, we're nearly there. Nearly there.
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks to Lee, and thanks to the beautiful Sophie
Thoroughly
Rose.
enjoyed it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. So
Thank you guys. Hope
thanks
you
for the
enjoyed some of
invite.
our conversation.
We'll be having a word with my agent about the lack of food.
Lack of food.
But other than that, I've had a fantastic
Lee's literally
time.
scraped every crumb out of the bottom of that popcorn bowl.
Are we back on Tuesday?
Who is in on Tuesday?
Yes.
Do we
Yes,
know
we
who's in
are.
on Tuesday?
So yeah,
we might be booted
No.
off, Lee. We might be booted off.
So we'll be back with another watch along on Tuesday. But thank you so much, guys. As I say, like and subscribe.
Come
and
on,
we'll leave it there.
England.
Come on, England.
Come on, England.
Well done,
Thank you,
England.
guys.